We are rolling. It's roast mortem. We're doing it again, boys. For some reason, we keep doing it, and somebody's listening.
The boys are back in town. Boys
That's
are
us.
back in town.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Roast Mortem, the fucking show. I'm Tom.
I'm one of the boys. I'm Travis. When you hear that song, that's about me. I'm one of the boys. And here's my other boy.
I will be your Cody for this evening, Travis's alternate boy.
Mike's not here tonight because it's snowing over here out on Long Island. Sorry for cursing at the top, man. I got to stop doing that. That's not even fun.
You're not a YouTuber. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's not about that. It's, sometimes I want to save my Fs. I want to save them. I don't want to splurge right at the top. But yeah, that's just what happens, everyone.
Normalize F-bombs. Come on.
Right. So I hope everyone's doing all right out there.
I was going to say, is Michael sledding in the snow?
Yes, he has taken the wheels off his skateboard. He is going downhill. He is downhill in the what do they call them down in Babylon? The dump of Babylon.
Has anyone told him to not have the yellow snow?
I don't know.
That guy's almost bulletproof, and I think it's because of the yellow snow. So I'm not going to say anything yet.
Oh.
Cody, how was your week, man?
Oh, my God. Had quite the week, boys. Over the last few episodes, you might have noticed my how was your week getting slightly more stressful, but my family lost my dad the other day, so slight bummer, but we can give him a toast and keep making episodes. So,
Amen.
Hell yeah.
Here's to Dad Unit.
Cheers.
Here's to Papa McCann.
I'm sorry for your loss, Cody.
Nah.
Yeah, bub.
But yeah,
good.
you've been handling this well, on and off of recording.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, I gotta say, Travis, I do care about your week, but I kind of want to just possibly lighten the mood with my not so much misfortune, but a story that can only be remedied by Bed Bath & Beyond, perhaps.
I mean, I was going to be offended because my weeks are always light and jovial, but I'm very excited to hear about what happened at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Well, okay, so what happened? I wasn't at Bed Bath & Beyond, but here's what I did. I took the sheets off my bed, which were long due for a cleaning.
Oh, yeah?
And then I realized that the washing machine was occupied.
Oh.
And then I had a 12-hour day at work and totally forgot. And after my 12-hour day, I had to remake the bed with the crusty sheets, which I don't think anyone's ever done before. Because I didn't have any other sheets. And I laid in filth for the next 8 hours thinking about all the things that went wrong that day.
Yeah, you can feel it on you.
Yeah, so I'm ready to roll. Let's put it this way.
Well, Tom, I'm just saying I would have just slept on just the mattress because I'm a champion.
That's true. Speaking of champions, how was your week?
My week, I don't know. I've been busy as well. I've been doing all the work, but I did have a chance last week when we were on the show. I showed the guys my little soupy boys. I got these little soup men, and so I ordered some more on the show. They're like these little soup toys because I'm an adult and I need toys.
Yeah,
So
he's
soup-
one of those.
Yeah, it's a soup, and it's got a little thing like a miso soup, and it's got a little tofu on the inside. So I ordered more, and I was hoping I'd get the clam and shrimp one, but I didn't.
You don't even get to pick the one you get?
No, it's a mystery thing. That's
It's
how
like
they get you to buy more.
Right.
Gachapon shit.
Yeah.
You are a sad man.
So I opened my toys. I did a face mask. I did cooling face mask, and I opened my toys.
Oh, very cool. Very COVID conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you have a face mask and go out in public? Is that the same thing?
No, I didn't have face mask in public, dude. I have face masks like beauty product, dude.
It's good.
Got these little bandit masks.
Bandito.
Banditos.
I like that.
So my face feels all refreshed. Like someone just cream pied my face.
You do look like a shiny boy.
He's radiant.
He certainly is glowing.
That's my week. Masking and souping.
All right. Very nice. Okay, so with that, Travis, I heard through the Skype grape that you have done the research for this episode. Is that correct?
That is correct. Tonight, we are not only roasting the non-assuming man named William Adams, but we are roasting an entire group of people.
Oh?
Pasty, neck-bearded, white folk known as the Weeaboo.
This is gonna
Yes.
hurt.
Okay, I'm in. I'm here. What are we doing?
Right, so you might notice that this is part one. This guy who sounds really boring because his name is William Adams. Nothing against anyone named William Adams. It's just a very boring name.
Get a better name.
This guy is going to take us on a trip to when the Europeans first met the Japanese. Now, so for all you youngins out there, a weeaboo, Cody, what's a weeaboo?
A weeaboo or a weeb is just a Japanophile. Wow, I really popped that P. Let's do that again, Cody.
That's okay.
Japanophile.
Yeah, so
just a fan of anime and hentai and sushi.
Okay.
So I feel like the whole weeb thing has kind of undergone the same thing that a nerd has, right? Because nowadays, all these like hot girls in their early 20s and like teens or whatever, hot guys are wearing hentai shirts and big senpai energy and all this shit. It's like cool to be an otaku. But back when I was growing up, there was a special type of anime nerd that may or may not have accessed Dragon Moon X on their middle school tech room computers.
That's
And
you,
we were-
isn't it? That's you.
Yeah, we were a
That's
little
you.
bit different. We were a little bit looked down
don't say
upon.
we. Don't say we. That's you.
That's you.
No, that's we.
you.
I didn't do that. I accessed it over my dial-up internet at home. Used hide cookies.
Okay. Why? I gotta ask. You can not answer. Feel free to not answer. Why are there so many dairy-based products centered around weeb culture?
What do you mean? Oh, milk, big, large milkums?
Yeah.
Large milkums. It's very important. It's a very
Large
important
milkums,
thing
yeah.
in culture.
Oh,
And we're going to
please.
talk about some large milkums in a little
Large
bit.
Malcolms.
It's part of the story.
Okay.
Tom, stop jumping ahead.
I'm history predicting.
Yeah.
And I can't help but scroll anywhere on the internet and see a large titum that happens to be animated with a certain brush style.
It's good.
So, an interesting thing about Western culture is we have always been weebs. Right from the beginning. Before we even weren't sure if there was an island called Japan, we were weebing out about Japan.
That's weird and highly unbelievable.
I'm going to tell you about it, dude. I'm going
Do
to
it.
tell it. I'm going to tell it. What? So, our subject, William Adams, was the first Englishman to ever step foot on the shores of Japan. Right here. Jesus Christ. Okay, so he was the first the first English weeb, that is. And unlike your average degenerate fan that exclusively watches English dubbed anime and jazzes up his top ramen, William Adams accepted the Japanese culture and became one with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Full-blown weeb.
Question.
Full-
Do the Japs have tea time?
Oh my God! He just dropped it right there. Okay,
Wait, is that
Get
actually
out of the way.
offensive?
that's a weird one.
All right. I'm not trying to be offensive. I was trying to be
No,
funny.
it's no. Here's the confusion. I'll apologize for Tom. Tom is something called Jewish. When we shorten the word Jewish to Jew, that's just convenient for Tom.
Yeah, it's fine.
But when we have something like Japanese and then we shorten it to the first syllable, that doesn't have quite the same synchronicity there.
I'll just remember not to say it again. How's that? Deal, everyone? Okay, stick
No,
around.
cherry popped. We're good. Moving forward.
Right. So,
Okay.
in fact, our boy William Adams, this little gutter rat from Kent, England, was one of a handful of outsiders to ever become a samurai.
Cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, Tom Cruise did it, but like that, not even really, though.
He's from L.A. It doesn't count.
So this is a really interesting story, like I said, about the West discovering Japan. And it's so interesting that I wanted to make it a two-parter so I can really go in and dig into these hilarious interactions between Europeans and Japanese, because it's super funny.
This is like just my family tree. I'm excited right now. It's not exactly this, but It is just an eternal and beloved struggle of Eastern and Western jazz and fusion. So please.
Now, in the words of Pee Wee Herman, connect the dots, la 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 la. We're going to do that. If this was about India, that would be racist, but it's not.
It's about Japan.
Yes.
So a big shout out goes to my main source, a book called Samurai Williams by Giles Milton. It's a very fantastic book. Read the shit out of it. It's quick to read. It's got pictures in it, which I always like. I like looking at pictures.
Yeah,
Pictures
me
says
too.
a million words.
Mm-hmm. If it was up to me, Rose Mortem would just be a book of pictures. You wouldn't even hear us.
Yeah. I'm astounded, like, Samurai Williams isn't, like, a mumble rapper. You know what I mean? That's exactly what comes to my mind when I hear the name Samurai Williams. It's just like, oh, mumble rapper?
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Influencer?
Mm-hmm.
No, honest to goodness, Samurai. Travis, go on.
So this is going to be a little bit different of an episode. We're going to get into our boy William Adams in a little bit. But first, we got to learn about how us sandwich-eating Westerns encountered the extremely well-mannered tuna roll-eating folks in Japan.
That's all normal. This checks out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're good so far.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
So the first Westerner to hear about Japan was none other than our boy Marco Polo.
All right.
Let me get it. Marco
Polo.
Yeah. I found you in the pool. I accidentally tagged you in the titty. I'm sorry.
You okay. All right, never mind.
You guys didn't do that when you were a kid? Oh, I tagged. Oops.
I mean, I play with my sister, so I would just get out of the
Yeah.
pool. I wouldn't
Yeah,
try to
yeah.
touch him.
We have sisters, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, like when you play and you only have sisters, every time you just leave the pool.
So in Marco Polo's travels to China in the 1270s, some Chinese dude was like, yo, there's a kingdom to the east called Japangu. And the Chinese guy was like, dude, you're going to want to go there because, in quotes, the people of Japango were white, civilized, and well-favored. He also said that they were a furiously proud race that depended on no one.
Okay, you said this weird word. What did the weird word start with?
A Japangu or favored?
No, Japangu. Is that an X? Is that a weird X word, or is that a? What's the first word? How do you spell that? My word autism brain is curious.
Chipangu.
Okay, thank you.
So I guess it's like the Chinese are like, oh yeah, it's called Japangu.
Exactly like that.
Man, this one is just asking for it. All right,
Well,
continue.
We're still here, apparently,
We made it. You're still listening.
to at least hear.
So Marco Polo, the big old Italian exaggerator, because one day we'll roast him. He liked to exaggerate everything that he saw. He wrote that Japangu had endless quantities of gold, and that even the emperor's roof, a dude that he had never met, was made out of gold. Marco Polo never went to Japan, but he's like, dude, there's tons of gold over there.
Don't like this expression. You know, the streets are paved with gold that the immigrants thought when they came over here. You know, Ellis Island days. They were so economically flawed that they didn't realize that would mean the gold was valueless. If you have so much of it, it's worth shit.
I mean, I think that's just an Italian thing, right? Because you've got the Italians coming to New York and they're like, streets are made of gold. Whoa. And then you got Marco Polo who goes over to an island in the Caribbean. He's like, everything is gold. Whoa.
All right. Fair enough. I mean,
yeah.
Okay. So he's got these.
It's
Marco
just
Polo's
code for we should invade this land.
It seems very specific, though. You know, like the roof, the gutters also. He's got 3 brothers' pools. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
All the pools, hot tubs made of gold. His brother builds them. His father sells them. You can't beat that combination. Maybe you can with a combination lunch platter. We don't know.
Right. So one way to get English explorers very horny.
Oh, yeah.
And like fucking rock hard was to tell them that, over there's lots of gold. And also the idea that this was a civilized land. Because we're talking about Europeans where they like to call everyone uncivilized except for their one single village they live in.
Right. It's a whole country of civilized people.
Yeah.
That is a pretty funny way to put it. Like, yeah, the next town over, like Syosset, very uncivilized folk down there.
Fuck them.
It's like, well, but imagine a whole country of civilized people.
Well, just to be fair, when we get to Japan, the Japanese are the same way. They're like everyone else is. The Chinese are uncivilized.
Of course,
Europeans are uncivilized.
If you think about it, like this is like the most alien matchup ever in history. One of, at least, I want to say.
Oh yeah,
because like this is the closest we'll ever get to like aliens. I feel like is just like this episode of like goddamn atoms.
Fair enough. I mean, extra foreign, silky,
smash it,
silky. Okay, so here we go. The weeb fascination had started before they had even been there. This was the 13th century, and all of a sudden the Westerners were like, oh, gold, civilized, wonderful people live over there.
With gold. Don't forget the gold. Gold.
For centuries, mapmakers speculated on what Chipangu looked like. I mean, they had no fucking way to like go off of it. Even, in fact, our dude Mercator of the Mercator projection. That's like the globe that we use all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see a map, that's the Mercator projection.
Mm-hmm.
When he made his map in 1596, he drew Japan, and it kind of looks like a shrimp trying to suck his own dick.
Yeah. Like the most nondescript squiggly a map maker could muster.
Yeah,
I'd buy it.
So, I mean, that's kind of going to show you how shitty maps were back then, because by 1569, when he did this map, Europeans had already made contact with Japanese. And can you guys guess which nation was the first gaijin?
First gaijin. It must have been the fucking Swedes, Norse, Vikings, fucks.
What about you, Tom?
Gaijin, I was thinking up there too. Because those motherfuckers travel. So yeah, the Norse folks. Also, Gaijin, they totally missed that for Manscaped. That company. Gaijin is way better.
Oh yeah, Gaijin is a derogatory. I just said a racist slur.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, in Japan, a Gaijin is anyone that's foreigner, but like you say it in a bad way.
Pale face.
That's fine. I am a foreigner, so I can say it technically.
Right, so you guys say the Vikings. I mean, it's possible the Vikings may have gone that far. They did go everywhere, but we don't really have any evidence to suggest that. But the first European contact were the Portuguese.
Oh, hey, look at that.
That's a shame.
Really?
Yeah. Very confused people.
Yeah, well, they were. So in 1544, 3 Portuguese men aboard a Chinese junk ship, which is a type of ship. I'm not calling their ship junk. The Chinese had junks. So 3 Portuguese men were blown ashore by a typhoon to Japan, and thus Mario was born. Now you might say that Mario is Italian, but I do have a picture. I'm just gonna show you through the book. This is a woodblock drawing of what the Japanese thought the Portuguese looked like.
Okay, that's fair. That's actually exactly how I think they look.
Big ass mustaches, fat, puffy pants.
Well, remember, you got to keep in mind, John VI from Portugal, he's a man who fashioned pants made of chicken or something along those lines. This runs in Portuguese blood. There's a reason that Brazil ran away from them. Those were the smart people, and they were like, getting out of here, getting off this island, gonna go find a mountain, okay?
So the Portuguese man to claim to be in charge of this ragtag group of 3 shipwrecked guys was a dude named Françao Mendes Pinto. Now, he said he represented all Europeans, but these guys just kind of washed up there like Jersey Shore, like condoms washing up on the Jersey Shore. It's like I found it.
Oh, look, the Trenton jellyfish.
Yeah, there were possibly a few Europeans were in the area before 1544, like exploring like the South Pacific.
Yeah.
And it was possible that a few Europeans had landed in Japan and it was just unrecorded. But this is the guy, Francois Pinto is the dude that's accredited being the first European there.
Cool. Good for him.
Fancy.
You know, he was so they're popping around Southeast Asia or wherever and you know doing a little island hopping, getting spices from around the world, checking out the lady boys, having a good time. And all of a sudden one of them lands in Japan and goes, "Oh, this place is actually civilized."
Can we add
This
it?
is racist on their end. Very, you know, not forward thinking. Rude.
Yeah, so Pinto and his men, his shipwrecked men, two other guys, landed in Funai, which was in the Kingdom of Bungo, which that's just great. You can't make that up. The Kingdom of Bungo.
Kingdom of Bungo sounds like a place, like a trailer park that someone opened up with their government money.
Yeah,
You know,
Bungo Zone.
got a trailer. Open up the Kingdom of Bungo. Come on in. Admission is one natty ice.
So they were escorted to meet the Lord of Bungo, and these smooth brains were quick to point out some obvious differences between their faces and the Japanese and their customs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so a subsequent Jesuit that followed Pinto made this astute observation. While we pick our noses with our thumb or index finger, the Japanese use their little finger because their nostrils are so small.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's important.
It's one of the first things they have in the record books.
I hope everyone at home wrote that down. It will be on the fucking test later.
Wow. What other terrible ways did they quantify these people?
So the Japanese also had their opinion about these Portuguese guys. They found them absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Hairy.
Yeah.
They ate with their hands, which, you know, that doesn't fly in Japan. I mean, this was before like Europeans figured out utensils.
Oh,
So, like you got a
stick.
chicken and you fucking ate that shit with your hands.
and now look at, come on, little
What?
perspective here. Every Christmas, Japanese families clamoring over KFC like it's their fucking job.
You know what? It's delicious.
The tables have turned is all I'm getting at.
So they were obviously also very loud and obnoxious. In Japan, you're supposed to be like, you know, quiet, like keep your emotions to yourself, and you have these Portuguese running around like, whoa, hey, I don't know what a Portuguese stereotype voice is.
Exactly
Oh,
like. No, you got it.
That's
Keep going.
pretty spot on.
oh,
Danny DeVito.
yeah. But they're loud and obnoxious. The Japanese are like, whoa, dude, why are you shouting? Well, they use indoor voices everywhere.
Even outside?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how you never get anything done.
A Japanese scribe wrote that their clothes were filthy and stank of stale sweat, while their appearance was unshaven and cause to concern.
All right. Okay.
Bushy?
All
Yeah,
right.
bushy boys.
This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. These guys
wrong?
are they're just sailing. These are sailors.
Yeah.
It's not like they're
Portuguese?
it's not like they're just showing up in the middle of Lisbon and going, "You're all dirty." Like
Wait.
these people have just walked. They just walked on the ocean for miles and miles and miles. They show up and the first thing they do is go, "You guys are fucking dirty. Use some chopsticks."
Yeah, well, even if they went to Lisbon, they'd still get fucking hand chicken eaters.
That's
Look at
fine.
their king.
Yeah, look, it's fine. All I'm saying is it seems a little discriminatory to go, "These guys smell. They've been traveling. Let them put their bags down. Rest their weary heads. Don't start judging them right off the bat."
What if you hose them off and they smell? Still.
Okay, then okay, this is fun. Travis, continue while we stew in this one. Quite literally.
So Pinto was actually very lucky because, as we will see, I'm mainly going to talk about this in the second episode, but the Japanese have very harsh punishments to anyone that walks on their lawn. Most foreigners are just
What?
there's many different ways of putting them down or getting rid of them. But for whatever reason, Pinto and his men were able to go to the Lord of Bungo. They found out his name was Otomo Yoshikata, and he was a feudal. He was a feudal lord. They had a feudal
the
system
best
going
type
on.
of lord.
Yeah. So Otamo was probably like, "Yo, you boys are stinky. Get out of here." And then Pinto pulls out some muskets and aquabuses, and he's like, "Hey," Otamo's like, "Oh, wait a minute. You can stay for a little bit."
Yeah.
Because they didn't have muskets. And they're like, "Oh, these things are fucking sweet."
Come on over for dinner. We'll eat outside tonight. We usually don't, but we'll make an exception for your stinky ass.
Yeah, and Pinto's like, "Yeah, this thing? Our king has 2 million gunners at his disposal. We use these things all the time. This is how we eat our chicken. You keep yelling at me about using my hands. We just shoot the musket and the chicken bits fly in our mouth."
Arbalest. You said a different word that confused and fried my brain for like the last minute.
What did I say?
You said like Aqualast or Aquafresh or something.
Yeah, he said Aquabus. And I honestly didn't say anything because I don't know anything.
That like paralyzed my brain stem. I was just like, he was trying to say the word. What was the word? Arbalest.
That
took me like, I want to know how long that like paralysis lasted. I was down for a while.
I must have auto-corrected it to Aquabus because I put like a space in it.
That's fine.
I was like, Aquabus. And I was like, I'm not questioning what I wrote because I'm smart.
Don't. I'll do it.
Never question what you write or what is written for that matter.
So this king of Bungo, Otamo, is like, maybe we can do a little trade. You're stinky. I don't like you. But maybe we can do a little trade. And Otamo's son, this guy named Yoshishiga, he was super interested in these little shooty boys. He's like, I check these boys out. It shoots big loud noises and lead. So Yoshi was like, I don't think Pinto's going to let me try the guns. Like, he's not going to trust me with it. So Yoshi decides to sneak into Pinto's room and steal the gun. Just so he can give it a test run, you know?
Okay.
Pew pew.
Good.
Now, I own a muzzle-loading musket. Tom, you fired it. It's a Brown Bess. You've probably all seen a movie where you have to load those boys, right? You have to put some measured powder down the barrel, then you have to put the lead ball in, some wadding with paper, and then use the ramrod to pack it down. Pack that load. Get it sexual.
Yeah.
It's a task. Okay?
It's a task.
It's always a task.
Now, the thing about a musket is it's essentially a pipe bomb. If you don't load it right, if you don't pack everything down tight, that space in between the bullet and the wadding and the gunpowder will just make a pipe bomb.
I'm actually really angry at the moment because I did not know that. And I watched you pack it. And
it was weird it was weird how we used his tongue, right, Tom?
Right, it's weird. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, the same guy who wrote Aquabus just now is putting a pipe bomb. I don't know anything about guns. I just know that everyone should have them. So here I am shooting one in my mind like, oh, Travis could have killed me and it wouldn't have even been his fault.
Yeah,
Travis would have whelped.
I assumed the risk. I survived. But how dare you? I'm pretty mad at the moment.
You know what, Tom? I'm glad you just trust me. That I don't even have to give you that information before handing you a loaded weapon.
I'm never going to do that again.
Anyway, it's hard to fuck it up, but you can fuck it up. And also, it's a pipe bomb that you're holding right next to your face.
Right.
Right? It's not like, let me make a fun little pipe bomb and like light it off in the field. It's right next to your face. So Yoshi has no clue what he's doing. He dumps a whole bunch of gunpowder in there.
Yeah, baby.
He's like, oh, this is going to go so boom because I put so much of that black sand
More
in there.
better.
Yeah. He cocks it and fires it, and the gun explodes in his face, taking off his thumb and leaving a massive gash on his forehead.
Okay.
Awesome.
So he's alive.
So here we go. Yoshi is in the palace courtyard screaming and like writhing in pain on the ground. Everyone comes out, and by the time they arrive, Yoshi is like bleeding out, not moving. Just like,
save me.
Yeah, so the king is like, oh, dude, turns to Pinto. He's like, dude, you just blew up my prince. What you gonna do about that?
My fucking prince.
Oh, hold on.
My prince. Now, as I mentioned, the Japanese are very harsh with their they're very easy to hand out a death sentence. So if you were caught stealing in Japan, you'd get the death sentence.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So blowing up the prince, definitely grounds for
fuck.
death or much worse.
All right.
Now, just as Pinto was about to be cleaved in half by a katana, or as the Portuguese referred them, scimitars. So they didn't bother learning.
Oh, look at that! That's cool.
Scimitar.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
The king was like, "All right, wait. If you guys are so technologically advanced, bring the prince back to life. Because right now, at this point, the prince isn't moving; he's just bleeding, and, like maybe twitching a little bit." Pinto's like, "All right, I guess I have to bring him back to life."
Okay, he's about to wake him up inside, and
Yes.
we're gonna see how this goes. I guess. Is he gonna suck his dick?
Close.
Wow.
So Yoshi, thankfully, was not dead. He was just unconscious, soon to be dead because he's hemorrhaging blood. His thumb was hanging on by a tendon, so it wasn't like completely blown off.
Nice.
So Pinto got some sewing needle and stitched that shit back on.
Good.
He
Good.
also realized that if you ever got a head wound, you bleed a lot. Like,
Yes.
I don't know if any of you guys have been hit in the head or.
With a baseball bat.
One snow shovel. I put it on my resume.
Yeah, Cody, you said I remember you telling me about the baseball bat story.
I just got too close to somebody taking a swing in the little leagues and took the backswing to my face and got like 12 stitches.
Yeah, but when you get hit in the head, there's blood everywhere.
It's a geyser. And I made people puke, I think. Yeah, I definitely made people puke.
Travis, did you ever get hit in the head?
Dude, I've been hit in the head all the time.
Right. So, like, I think, like, because people listening to this, they've listened to podcasts, they know they probably listen to something about true crime. And they always mention how serial killers have been hit in the head, like they have some kind of head injury. So I guess we've been hit not hard enough. So, like many other podcasts out there, so if you get hit really hard, you become a serial killer. And if you get hit pretty hard, you start a podcast.
Yeah, that's right. So obviously this looks terrible to everyone because he's bleeding out. His head's all there's blood. Pinto takes a look. He realizes that the wound to his head wasn't that bad. So he whipped up a little salve from egg whites and patched some fucking egg on his head with some bandages.
It's not a salve if there's one ingredient.
I don't know. It's
just
probably
egg
like
whites.
egg. It was probably like egg and his like ship dandruff from his like sailor hair.
Oh man.
Like you're fixed now. I made an omelet out of your head, and now I can live.
All
Keep the
good.
rats away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I wrote the whole Portuguese. The three guys are like, I hope this guy gets better. And eventually, Yoshi did get better. It took about 20 days. And he
With
was
the egg?
as good as new, except he probably had a wonky thumb because I almost cut my thumb off once, and it does not work right.
Yeah, man. You tried to look all cool while eating an apple with a knife and telling me a story, and you almost cut your thumb off. You know what? I'll be honest. You didn't look really cool at all. So was it worth it?
It was totally worth it, dude.
All right.
So now with Pinto he had made a new partnership between the Portuguese and the Japanese. Now, Marco Polo had mentioned a fuck ton of gold, which was completely not true. Japan doesn't have that much gold. But what they do have is they have a lot of silver, which also excited the Europeans because they are basically raccoons, shiny things.
Yeah.
But the real hot commodity in Japan, guys, guess what that is?
I'll pass.
Hentai.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that goes without saying, Cody. The real hot commodity was souls yet to be saved from damnation with some good old-fashioned crazy Catholicism.
Oh, boy. Well, everyone needs a hobby. We can all agree that you need a hobby.
Yeah, I bought a Cutco knife once.
Yeah. So, there you go. Some people just need to go convert savages or something. I don't know.
Well, the Portuguese sent plenty of their MLM Jesuits over to Japan. It was led by this dude named Francis Xavier. who was quick to jot down how the Shinto priests like to hike up their kimonos and fuck altar boys. But, let's just say the Catholic Church, as we've seen, is not too unmarked by that as well.
They always tell you to write what you know.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so this was the perfect time for Christian proselytizing. I think that's the word for it.
Proselytize it? Yeah, something like that.
It doesn't sound quite right.
Proselytizing. But anyway, it was a perfect time because, you see, Japanese during this period they call it the Sengoku Jidai, which means the era of civil wars.
Oh, okay. Yes, I am familiar with some of this.
So the country was broken up into 66 different feudal lords,
Holy shit.
daimos.
Wow.
I think that one's it. The daimos. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I'll say yes.
These were constantly warring, like these different feudal lords were constantly warring against each other for power. Now, there was an emperor, but he had almost no money or power at the time. In fact, when the emperor died in 1500, his corpse remained unburied for 6 weeks, rotting in the sun like a shitty little raisin because the royal coffers didn't have enough money. And they eventually were able to get some money and they buried him.
Wow.
But, that's how poor he was.
Too little, too late. He's dried up and the gods hate him.
So with all this chaos, the Christians were able to take advantage and convert tons and tons of Japanese. Xavier had converted a head count of around 500 near Nagasaki. And then he even converted some of the Ronin samurai. So Ronin samurai are just samurai that don't have a master anymore.
Freelance.
They just kind of freelance samurai, drifting around, taking whatever gig comes up.
Yep.
So, but this is really funny because there were this one guy in particular that he converted, took the name Bernardo. So we had Bernardo the samurai just roaming around Japan.
Oh, cool.
Bernardo. That's Portuguese. That's how you say it. Bernardo. Excuse me. Yeah, Bernardo. Yeah.
Yeah, so Bernardo's out there. Did I say it right? Nando's? That's Portuguese.
Bernardo? Okay.
So Urinado is out there. So Xavier's predecessor, the next Jesuit to come in, converted an impressive 20,000 Japanese people to Christianity in 7 months.
Wow, that's a lot of churches. Those donation baskets must have been big.
Yeah.
Take off those hats. They're baskets now, folks.
Chingu for Jesus.
Please give us your gold that you don't have.
By the 1570s, word in Europe had spread that the Portuguese had exclusive trading rights to this rich, civilized nation of Japan. And it was only a matter of time before the other Europeans wanted in on the action.
Mm-hmm.
Now, England, a land with much to offer in terms of trade. We're talking about mushy food, which I really love.
Yeah.
We're talking about sheeps. We're talking about fish that are fried beyond the point of taste anymore, which I also enjoy.
Talk about dry humor. Talk about sherry. Talk about things that uptight people.
Yeah. So these uptight English were like, we got to go sneak in some Japanese dong, get in there. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to Japan.
Okay.
Now, during the 16th century, England was far from being the big dicks of naval trade that they would become. You know, we think of Rule Britannia, roll the waves. That's not happening yet.
Okay.
It's mainly the Spanish and Portuguese. Hell, even the Dutch had more trade routes than the English.
Okay, good for them.
Yeah, all of these countries protected and patrolled their exclusive sea trade routes. You know, they just hang out in ships, and if anyone showed up, blow you out of the water.
Kaboom.
So they had a problem here. They wanted to trade with Japan, but they couldn't take the usual route. The usual route was going around Africa, going around the Cape of Good Hope into the Indian Ocean and through the South Pacific.
What a terrible trip.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Right?
Like leaving your hometown of York or something, going, I'm going this way. Oh, that's like standing in line for fun.
Oh, well, British. They love that.
Yeah. Queuing.
Queue up.
Queue up.
So in 1580, some smooth brains named Sir George Barne and Sir Roland Hayward convinced Queen Elizabeth I that they could find a new trade route to Japan. This one would be super safe. It'd be far away from the Spanish and Portuguese. And they were like, you know where they haven't gone? Let's try going over Russia.
Oh, this is going to end well.
Yeah, you know, the ice is no problem. We're going to go during the summer. We're going to go during the summer.
Right through it.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
We'll load up the hole with hand warmers. I'm not sure how they work, but they do it.
So this voyage into the Kara Sea, which is the sea above Russia, mainly, you call it a sea, is mainly just ice, turned into a disaster. They got about halfway there where they were planning to set up a base on this like chunk of rock before getting stuck in the ice, wriggling free, then noping the fuck out back to England. Only one of the two ships returned, and the Queen would have been really pissed off about this massive fuck up, but they were overshadowed by the return of Drake, and not the Canadian Francis Drake.
Oh,
Well, good timing.
Whoa.
Slip in the back door.
Yeah.
video game thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Francis Drake barely circumnavigated the globe and he robbed some Spanish, but that's a whole nother story. But he shows up, he's like, look what I did. And those other guys are like, wow, we're back.
We lost half of us, but nice to see you, Drake.
How's your mum?
Just because they failed the first time does not mean that they were going to give up. I mean, we're talking about the choicest hentai in the world. There's going to be a second voyage, and there's the man in the making, our boy, William Adams.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
Found him.
Let's talk a little bit about our guy, our subject, finally.
Good.
So, William Adams was born in 1564 in Gillingham, Kent, England. We don't know too much about his childhood, but at the age of 12, he moved to a place called the Limehouse in London.
Now, I might be overstepping in this inference, but it sounds like his childhood is, how would you say, bereft of hentai.
Yes. Yeah,
There's-
it is dry.
This is a gentleman who's never seen a hentai in his entire childhood.
Mm-mm.
Okay, moving on. Thank you.
This guy used to get off by drawing stick figures with big boobies.
Well, who didn't?
Well, I'm just saying, once you learn about the Japanese art of hentai, you're never going back.
Well, the problem is, like, you know, you're talking about a serious issue here. Like, kids used to get off on with stick figures and boobies. There was something real sexy about that. Now, internet. You don't need to learn how to type. Siri will show you tentacle porn before you can even write, let alone make the stick figure.
Yeah, man. How many vowels are in tentacle porn? Just off the top of your head. Like 12?
Just say it. Titicle. Just start saying things until your baby mouth makes the proper diction.
What a nice way to paint society. It's 2021. Just mumble screaming your fetish until like a nearby AI is just like, oh wait, I think I got it.
Did you say buy more digital meme points? Dogecoin? Purchasing.
Yeah, purchasing Dogecoins.
Confirm.
Tony. Yes, looking up BBBBBBBBW pornography, casting to living room, Walmart.
Oh, that's a lot.
Walmart screens, everyone for everywhere. Look at big, beautiful babies. Ooh, gosh.
Was that an aneurysm? You okay?
No, just like, kids talk. That's how they would say it. Like, I'm saying that the kids are very innocent and they're learning about these terrible things much more quickly than the stick figure did back in the day. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Real
So
problem.
this figure doesn't denote how many B's are in BBW.
Doesn't matter. Big, beautiful, big, beautiful. It's like it all works, It's fine.
So this hentai-less 12-year-old, he moves to the Limehouse in London. So if you think about the Limehouse, I think it's still technically a region or area, borough of London. Think of it as like the sick part of London, full of rats, drunk sailors, rotting cargo, kind of like the game Dishonored. If you've ever played it, just like gross. Probably smells really bad.
I just Googled sick part of London. And Google is asking if I meant nice part of London or cool part of London, to which I say, you're fucking up, Google.
To which you say, BBBBBBBBBW.
Yeah,
Colon,
BBBBBBW. Typing that in now. Oh, wow. Yeah, I typed in 12 B's and and a W, and it is bringing me right to pornharbor.net.
Yeah, that's the Limehouse, the harbor.
No,
Yeah, the
don't
harbor.
say don't say the address.
Pornharbor.net for all your fine English BBBBBW needs. Get
We
it
don't know
on,
it's
boys and
there.
girls.
Click at your own risk. We have nothing to do with it.
I did not click on the link, just so you know.
No one should click on that link, it sounds like.
Unless you want to see some. All right, just continue, Travis. I could do that all night.
Yeah.
William landed a sweet intern job as a pilot, which is funny because that's what they called dudes that steered the ship, not captains. We always just call them captains, but they were called pilots.
Ah.
This is in the water ships, water planes.
Okay.
So this shipwright that he's interning for is a dude named Nicholas Diggins, who apparently was a famous shipbuilder.
Oh.
He sounds like a slur.
He does.
Yeah. If you spoonerism his name, it's Dickolas.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not
not going to say
That's,
that.
yeah,
I'm not gonna say
saying that.
But yeah, say what Diggums, Nick Diggums 10 times fast. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna be
Yeah,
you're gonna get
it's
canceled.
So in
Let's leave
15
that alone.
Yeah, in 1588 he finished up his apprenticeship with Diggins. I had to be careful there. This Diggins bloke, and he
It sounds
given
dirtier now.
he was given command of a ship called Richard Duffield. That's the name of the ship, Richard Duffield.
I'm gonna need you to suck my Diggins bloke with your Duffield.
This is
Isn't the English language beautiful?
It's abhorrent.
I mean,
Thank you.
Beauty is subjective.
It's yeah.
I'm not going to say it isn't, but maybe it's clunky at times.
Yeah.
Like
Just to
12
give you
B's and a W type of clunky.
Yep.
Just- Just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, which I thought was interesting. I realized this while I was doing my research. This is the same time period as William Shakespeare's career.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
One
So,
of my favorite person to do research on because he's not even real.
Yeah. But if you think about that time period, that's when this is all happening. It's kind of crazy.
Nice. So Renaissance.
Yeah. So so he's aboard this Richard ship, this Dick ship. And it was a supply ship that was carrying ammo and supplies to now Sir Francis Drake while he fought the Spanish Armada. So the British got their butts pushed in by the Spanish. So mainly William's job was just ferrying dead or dying sailors back home. But that's how he gets his kind of sea legs, right? When that ended, Willie got himself a wife. Good old Mary Him, spelled with a Y.
All right. Well, I would marry him. I don't know. Maybe that's too progressive, or maybe it's regressive of a joke in 2021. I don't know.
Yeah. But William had himself a mistress. 'Twas the sea.
Oh,
Ew.
he liked jerking off on fish.
Yeah.
Gonna feed the koi.
Yeah.
For the next 10 years, he joined the London Company of the Barbary Merchants, and would sail back and forth in the pirate-infested waters of North Africa. He did have time when he was in port to knock out his wife and knock out a daughter. But again, he's
Whoa,
his wife?
Stop.
knock
What's going
in
on?
his wife, break her in like a catcher's mitt.
Like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
his penis instead of his fist, though.
Thanks
I'm
for the
just-
confusion.
Yeah, I'm just imagining him breaking his wife's back like a Kit Kat bar over his penis. Like,
That's how babies are made.
Imagine being at sea for all that time and going home and being like, "That's not where I left my coat," and just punching the shit out of your wife.
no, I can't imagine that,
It
Tom.
would be very rude. This guy obviously should have just stuck with the sea and jerking off on cans of tuna while he was on dry land.
Right. So, all right, he's got a little daughter. She might smell like fish because she might have been birthed in a vat of tuna fish.
So it works.
For the most part, this guy's at sea, right? Then, when he was 34 years old, that's right, gentlemen, we have a year left until we can accomplish what this guy's going to accomplish. At the age of 34, opportunity of a lifetime knocks on his cellar door. Says, "Hello, I'm here for the milk." Is that how it works?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
So opportunity knocks on his cellar door for some milk. And here we go. It was a chance for him to travel across the world to a place where people shoved eels into all of their holes on game shows.
Yeah, because that's not sex.
No, that's called Japan.
Oh, man.
Fair enough.
So Adams, who probably read Stinky Sailor Digest or something like that, had read all about the shitty voyage that Sir George and Sir Roland had commissioned. And he wasn't about to go throw his life away because, he's got a daughter and a wife to think about. Lucky for Willie, the expedition was not being undertaken by the English, but the Dutch.
Okay, two lips.
Yeah, and they wanted him exclusively as a pilot for one of their 5 ships on the voyage. So in 1598, William and his brother Thomas packed their bags and headed off to Rotterdam.
Cool. Very cool.
Huh.
Now, the Dutch plan was this. Obviously, they still had the same issue with the Spanish and the Portuguese. They had to take routes that weren't around Africa. So they're like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Sailor 5 ships down the coast of Africa, which is kind of safe. Then we're going to go across the Atlantic, underneath South America, and across the Pacific. Sounds like a good plan, right? Nothing go wrong with that.
You can't fuck up that way. You might run into the ice wall if you are concerned about the flat Earth. But besides that, you're fine.
Foolproof, or as I like to call it, Mike-proof.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He's not here because Snow did it.
Snowden. The 5 ships on this voyage, here are their names. It's the Hope, the Faith, the Love, the Fidelity, and the Gospel. Or in Dutch, that is the Gloop, the Vloek, and the
Keep going.
Yeah.
How do you say B B B B B W in Dutch? Man, this is not going to be received well. This entire episode.
I don't think the Netherlands are going to like us.
I don't think we're a good podcast because we have made people angry, according to a man who hates Portland.
Yeah, it's very true.
No, Portland made that man angry.
Yeah, none of the women are hot in Portland.
None of them.
None of like The Office.
And none of you men have spines in Portland. This is a fact. If you live in Portland, you gotta leave your spine at the door like some kind of sick drinking and driving key basket.
So Willie was the pilot of the ship The Hope, and they officially left July 24th, 1598. Now, right off the bat, the voyage was pretty sweet. The captain, or the admiral, I guess, of the fleet, so the one in charge of all 5 ships, was like, dude, we got plenty of provisions for this voyage. I'm just going to give them out to everyone. Everyone, you guys. And like all the crew, they're like, dude, we've never been on a voyage like this where we get this much food. It's great. Usually we get like a bread and like some water.
Right.
And bread.
Now,
like croton.
Problem was that you give out all this food right off the bat, you're not going to have food later.
You're going to have to stop at Wendy's. You're going to have to take a lot of orders. It's hard with a caravan.
Yeah, you probably can't get Uber Eats out there.
No. Let me just tell you, the Wendy's is very different on the coast of Africa. It's very different, and we're going to talk about that.
I don't understand what you could mean, so I'm curious.
Yes.
By the time they hit Cape Verde, they had chomped through most of their supplies, and they were like, we're also going close to the equator, and you know what happens when white folk get too close to the equator in Africa? We get poo-poo-doo-doo disease.
Oh.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You want to explain what poo-poo-doo-doo disease is?
Dysentery.
Dysentery, yes.
You get a hot load of recycled coffee.
Yes. The crew was shitting their brains out. William was saved by this because he had already kind of like done some work down in Africa, so he was kind of good. But the rest of the crew had dysentery, or what they called bloody flux, which I think is a way grosser.
Whoa! That's like a WWF like heel wrestler, bloody flux.
Well, this has got to be the worst thing. Being stuck on the ship with what, like 40 to 100 men or something like that, depending on the size.
The crews are around 90 per ship.
90 per ship. So that's 90 people. Let's say maybe half of those people are walking around like leaky French presses going, I'm dying right now. We have to get to shore. And then you're looking over at the shore and it's like, oh, fuck. Not there.
So they're desperate for food, and the pilots do start looking around like, dude, we got everyone shitting their pants. We got to land in Africa. We got to get some more food. We got to get these guys fixed.
Let's just get one giraffe. Just one giraffe. We'll eat it. We'll use the skin to wipe our asses. We'll clog it up like bears and hibernate until we're in wherever the hell we're going, Japan.
Yeah.
Now, as I mentioned, the Portuguese and the Spanish kept their trade routes very carefully protected, and this was a Portuguese-Spanish trade route along the coast of Africa. So all of the islands and ports on the African coast there were all Portuguese-controlled. So if they were going to get food, they're going to have to fight for it. Okay. So the admiral eyed a Portuguese fort on the island of Praia. They're like, we're going to get it. We're going to get that food. So they armed the crew and they stormed the fort, and the Portuguese fled away from the fort. Yay, the Dutch get their food, right? No, the problem was that the Portuguese took all their food with them.
Wow.
So they were standing in a fort with no food.
They might be confused sometimes, but they're not total morons.
So belly's grumbling, they get back in their ships, and they continue south down the coast of Africa.
Okay.
Now, scurvy started to kick in.
Oh,
you got people pooping their brains out. You got people turning yellow. Their teeth are falling out.
It's Arnold Palmer's.
Now, interestingly enough, the cure for scurvy had been discovered a few decades earlier. The problem was there was this one captain, and he was like, I'm going to give all of my crew drops of lemon every day.
Yeah.
And it solved it. But somehow people just didn't accept that was like the cure, and then quickly just forgot about it for about 300 years.
Well, wasn't there also a thing that when they realized that was a solution, they would, to save on space, they would squeeze all the juice into like a barrel.
Mm-hmm. But that was almost 300 years later.
Right, but they would squeeze into the barrel, but the part that keeps away the citrus actually dies if it's not in the fruit. I mean, the scurvy dies if it's not in the fruit, so that would only last for a week. They'd bring like 3 months worth, and then all the active ingredient, the enzyme, whatever it is that keeps away that shit, would just die, and then they'd have this giant margarita that was useless.
Baby.
It didn't taste good. It had flies in it, and they called it medicinal, and people were still dying, their jaws falling off.
Yeah, so we didn't have any cure for scurvy. They didn't know about lemons and limes. So people are dying of scurvy. They tried landing at Equatorial Guinea to get some supplies, but they were shot by natives with poison arrows, killing a few more men.
Whoa.
That's how I want to go, for the record.
But then, the pride and joy of Africa, Cape Lopez. Every sailor loved Cape Lopez. It's the best place.
A pop star?
This is the fun zone of sailing.
Is that like what they showed in Pirates of the Caribbean? And I have to be really clear when I say that I've never seen the movie. So was it? It's a kids movie, so I'm assuming it was Cape Lopez.
I don't. Well, I mean, I vaguely remember. I think I saw a couple of them, but all that takes part in the Caribbean. We're in Africa, Tom. This is much more adult. This is more mature.
Well, I thought they went all over the place. Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, they would start in the Caribbean and then shoot all over the place and go, yippee.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't see the movie, so this has really been a waste of time, and I'm sorry.
It's good.
So every sailor loved Cape Lopez. The locals were friendly and happy to trade, and they had a world-renowned reputation. As one English adventurer put it, the women have exceedingly long breasts.
No bras.
So some of the time, they will lay on the ground. Sorry, this is old English here. They're so long that some of them will lay the same upon the ground, and lie down next to them. So I think what he's saying is like they could sit on the ground and their tits would touch the ground.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's like having one of those like industrial. It's just like having oven mitts stapled to your chest.
I was gonna say, like, imagine like an auto shake weight, but it's like the barbell piercing that goes through the nipples, and you just turn it on and let it be like a wrecking ball in your room for a minute.
Oh my!
So Cape Lopez, the land of long boobs,
very fun.
Now there was also another thing. Say if you were a sailor looking for some dong, let's just say the black stereotype was not a stereotype here. There was people saying that some of these sailors said that even that the men were even more handsome than the women and had great privy members.
What does that mean?
That means dong. Big dong.
Privy members.
Big dong?
Private members. Bits of yeah, that's pretty funny. Wait, were these people rather progressive in that way?
Oh, they were super progressive. These guys with the big dongs were known to get drunk and bang anyone who paid them.
That's pretty cool. Good for them.
It's a dream job.
Yeah.
There's two caveats here, though. First of all, most of them had VD. The dudes were said to have worms in their dick.
Really, a caveat. It's just an entire no-go. It's not like a warning. It's just like, oh, mind the VD. It's just.
All right, Cody, but here, like, if you're a sailor in the 16th century, you're probably going to die soon. Why don't you enjoy a little dong and a little long tits?
Yeah, it's like, you got two choices there. You got a massive penis, worms crawling out of it like Cthulhu or something, and then you got a woman whose vagina is like an ant farm, spelling out the words help.
Spit take.
You could jerk off, but then you'd be a fool. Okay?
Yeah.
You're about to go overseas. You're about to die. You're going to die. Okay? Your
You're
life's
always
not worth
going to
much.
die. No, never.
It's a bunch of Dutch people telling you how to live.
So the other caveat, and as a man of European descent, this is the real catch here. The tribe hated farting. Tribesmen were very careful. This was a quote from the time period. The tribesmen were very careful not to let out a fart when anyone be by them.
Man, this is the target demographic for whoopee cushion pranks.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
So apparently this was a big cause of concern for the Dutch because they were very proud and gaseous. They would stand around farting and
Fart,
scare
man.
away the long-titted women.
A bunch of gaseous clays.
How do you feel about? I don't know. Like, have you ever been in like in a living situation where someone were they're adamant like you need to excuse yourself to the bathroom before you fart? I'm just like looking at her like never over like my dead body.
Right?
I'm not gonna get up every time I have to fart. Fuck that.
No, that's a terrible way to live. Also, don't fart in people's faces, but everything else is fair game.
I'll vector them away from you.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not getting up every time.
I'm going to fart
That's
in a
absurd.
funnel. I put a funnel in my office chair so I can smell my fart.
Yeah, you got to smell it again.
Yeah, I got to make sure that I don't waste that stinky air.
So these Dutch guys are having a lot of fun. They're getting their food. But the Portuguese found out that they were hanging out, getting them dongs and them long tits, and they were eventually scared off by the Portuguese. They had to get in their ships and leave.
Right. Okay. Well, they were on their way anyway.
Yeah, they were on their way. They had supplied with more food. One of the local cuisines, smoked hippopotamus stew.
Wow.
Mm.
How'd you get that?
Yeah. So with barrels of smoked hippopotamus stew, they headed out into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Does that keep?
I don't know.
It doesn't
Probably
sound like
not.
it keeps at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, stew is one of those things where you got 6 days tops with modern refrigerators.
But I'm imagining like there's like an overly like excited like sous chef there that doesn't understand the concept of creating a meal that keeps. So it's like, look, I added fontina and parsley on top of the stew and creme bruleed it. Everyone's just looking like you've killed all of us.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, well, then you gotta meet the intern chef who's just pouring half and half on it, going, "This is gonna be awesome."
All right. So the problem with transatlantic travel at the time, I remember this was before steam or any of those type of things. Like, not Titanic times. We're using sail. So you know how they have like the was it not the Gulf Stream? Is it the Gulf Stream? The thing that travels.
I think it is. I'm also not a fan of the ocean, so excuse me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the Gulf Stream, which is the circular thing that brings all the tropic air up to places like England and Ireland from down south.
Right. So it's a big old circle. And when you get to the center of that circle, there's not a lot of wind. It's like, think about like a hurricane. Everything kind of like there's the eye of the storm. So once you hit the center, a lot of these ships would just stall out for weeks, and you'd just be sitting on the ocean. And there wasn't enough hippopotamus stew to go around. They, I don't know, went off, or they couldn't eat it. So the crew was starving once again.
God.
And they had so much so that they were left to eat the leather off of their rope casings.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, just chewing on some hard leather.
Nom, nom, nom. Jerky. Jerky.
Now, with the crew dropping like flies, eventually the winds pick up and they make it across. But you see, imagine how moist that ship must have been. People just emptying their bowels everywhere. And you've got like rain from the tropics, and you've got the seawater. It's just like a moist, goopy ship.
Simmering in the sun all day.
Right. But the problem was now that they were leaving the tropics, they were heading towards near Arctic conditions going under South America. So you imagine all that poo-poo liquid is all about to freeze. And people are going to be real cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Curveball. I like this.
So they're heading to a place called the Strait of Magellan, which is like a little strait that's through Chile and Peru at the very tip of South America, very close to Antarctica.
Okay.
Oh, I switched these two up, but I just kind of
Yeah.
Okay, so while passing through the straits, our boy Willie was dodging ice and rocks, and then all of a sudden somebody on the ship's like, "Oi, look at them ducks with tuxedos." And they look out there and there's a bunch of nesting penguins.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Right, yeah. The script. It's the guy from Men's Warehouse going, "You're going to like the way my children taste."
Yeah, it's like, what's the movie with the penguins? The Pixar
Penguins.
one? Penguins. Okay.
Right.
So they see these
happy yeet.
happy feet. So they see these nice happy penguins, and they immediately land and go out and club 1,400 penguins.
1,400?
1,400 penguins they clubbed.
I mean,
So
I'm assuming PETA wasn't around at the time.
Yeah, 1,399 penguins are dumb fucks. That first one could have been a dumb fuck, but we'll take him off the hook.
He gets a pass. So they're doing a little happy feet dance, getting fucking clubbed by all these guys. And that was probably a good night for these sailors. Their poop was a little bit firmer that night.
Yeah, a little bit more full of beaks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ew.
Now there were stories about the local Patagonians. First of all, they were said to be giants. They said they were about 12 feet tall. We were just talking about the big titty lady from Resident Evil. She's what, 9 feet?
9'6".
These ones are 12.
Wow.
Amazing.
And they were also man-eaters. And not like in a sexual way.
But they
don't
would
kink shame them.
So they would eat men.
Be like, no homo.
And that's how they got off?
No, that's how they got off, by being less hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So there were quite a few scuffles with these boys and the Dutch. Usually it ended up with the Dutch being ripped apart to shreds. Even their dead were not left safe, as they constructed a makeshift monument at the edge of the world for some of their fallen crew, only to wake up on their ships and look out and see the Patagonians had dug up the corpses and decorated the monument like a festive neighbor on Halloween.
Oh, that stinks. That's really crummy.
Yeah.
That's like that's basically they're giant raccoon people just getting into your garbage. I don't want to see this again. Not to say dead people are garbage. In fact, it's the opposite. It's like the garbage you wanted to keep intact. And here comes these greedy raccoons with their greedy hands.
Bastards with your thumbs.
Making a charade all over your street. God, I hate raccoons.
All right, so our boys with Willie Adams, they make it through the straits with way less mouths to feed, a lot and less hungry Patagonians chomping on their bones.
Okay.
Now, so far, all of the ships have survived. We've got, just to give you a recap, we got the Hope, Faith, Love, Fidelity, and the Gospel. The Gospel.
The hot gospel.
Dude, they were all really fucked up though. There's like a little star next to that because they were like a wood ship gets waterlogged. Like you don't think about that. You're like, oh, you're on the ocean. Like, of course it's waterlogged. But like they tried to seal these things, and when wood gets waterlogged, it makes it harder to seal, to sail. And they were all banged up from going through the ice. Some of them had like repairs done, like they broke their keel and all this shit. They're fucked up, these 5 ships.
I would just love to be the first guy to ever, like, it's pretty much the first IT guy to ever explain that problem to someone else. It's like, what's the matter with the boat? It's waterlogged. You're saying the stuff there, and then the stuff the boat's made of. You're not really explaining how much what we have to do here. That's like saying like it's earth dried, but you can't do that.
Well, and also the boats would like actually rot too. Like if you think about like they're going through the tropics, right? Like you get water in like the mast, and the moldy shit grows in there. They got poop all over the deck. That's got bacteria.
There's a reason that down south doesn't have a lot of basements. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
There are certain things that you don't want to be around prolonged that are being soaked.
Yeah.
No basements in Hawaii.
Yeah, so these ships are all fucked, but they're all still there. We got all 5 going around, coming out of the Straits of Magellan at the bottom of the world, out of South America. Willie, at some point during our trip, he switches from he used to be the pilot of the Hope, and now he is pilot of the Love. So they're out of this strait and they're heading into the Pacific when all of a sudden they get hit by a massive storm.
Yeah.
Now, they had a plan for this. I mean, they had maps, and they were like, all right, if we ever get separated, let's meet off the coast of Peru at this certain island. And they're like, all right. So all the ships during the storm get scattered. And, everyone's going to follow the plan, right?
Sure. They should.
Not Hope, right?
Yeah. Got to do the Gospels. So, speaking of the Gospels... during the storm, the mast snapped and drifted all the way across the Pacific and was eventually captured by the Spanish in the Philippines. That must have been a great trip.
Wasn't the whole point to avoid the Spanish and the Portuguese? Wasn't that the whole point of going the long, stupid way? And then imagine that insult.
I mean, once your mast snaps, and this is kind of a dated thing because I don't think anyone uses it, that's like trying to drive your car with the club on it.
Yeah,
it can be done.
Yeah. Or you just got to break the windshield, and then your eyes kind of hurt.
Wait, hold on a sec. I wrote the Loyalty as one of the ship, but that's not one of the ships.
Travis, what did you do?
I won't stand for any of this misinformation.
Faith,
love.
No,
not here.
Faith, hope, and love. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Hold on. Oh, the Fidelity. Okay. So the Fidelity was in this storm, got turned around, was like, fuck this shit, and they started heading off to the Spice Islands, which are also in the Pacific.
It sounds way nicer.
Yeah. They're like, dude, we're just going to go to the Spice Islands, we'll get some spice, we'll return back to Europe, make a money. You know what I'm saying? Take that Dutch money.
Mm-hmm. Free money.
But they got captured by the Portuguese, and its original crew was 86. By the time they reached the Spice Islands, it was down to 24, and all of them were executed by the Portuguese.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Really good story. Way to wrap it up.
Now, the Faith said, fuck this whole thing, turned around, went back through the Straits of Magellan, and headed back to the Netherlands. And surprisingly, they made it back to Rotterdam in 1600. But imagine going that far and then just saying, like, nah, let's go do the whole thing again backwards.
Yeah.
It's like that game from Penn and Teller, Desert Bus.
Yeah.
That's... I have pulled the plug on several ventures of mine. I've gone to the city and forgotten my wallet, and I have to turn back.
I mean, they could have just gone back for more of that big long dong and long boobs. You don't know.
Well, I mean, if they forgot their wallet, then how you gonna pay for those worm cocks and those?
Yeah, torpedo tits aren't free.
Yeah,
that's true.
They're just like a little chef. One of those little things they put frosting on. Those frosting squeezers. Just those cost money. Yeah, frosting bags.
So the only two ships to meet up at this rendezvous point was Willie's ship, which was the Love, and also the Hope, which Willie's brother, Thomas, I mentioned him earlier, he was on, and he was still alive. He had survived the whole thing. It was him and his brother.
He's on the boat. He's on the Hope. He just finished painting Obama's face on the mast as Hope travels through to what I'm assuming is going to be a very fruitless adventure.
Yeah. Well, they're back together like, all right, time to cross Pacific. We're going to Japan, boys. Gotta get that hentai. Get them unwrapped Pokemon cards. Gonna make money.
Wrap your mind around this whole adventure, and they're just now getting to the biggest ocean in the world. They just now got to it.
Just now got there. So after their rendezvous, they're like, shit, we don't have any food again. This is like a big problem. When you're an explorer, you just run out of food, and then you've got to find food.
In the water.
Yeah, I mean, that always kind of confused me. Like, why don't they just fish more?
I don't think those places are really armed to fish.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of ways. It's like it's a tough task. Have you seen what those guys do in the Atlantic with those cranes and all that crap?
Oh, wait, are you talking about up in Alaska?
Well, that, like when you're just, fishing with the giant nets and all that stuff, like you can't just throw one in and like throw a line in and hope that you could feed 70 scurvied people with one, like, I don't know, snapper. I need several snapper.
Yeah, that is very true.
Would you eat a sea robin?
Would I?
I eat sea
no, I
robins
wouldn't.
on the regular.
I wouldn't eat
Those
that.
are horrible.
Yeah, they're terrible. You can only eat a little sliver, and they bark at you.
I hear that they actually make really good stock if you're ever trying to make fish stew.
I'm not doing that.
No one is.
There's companies that make stock. I don't make stock here. I make toast.
Yeah. So after their rendezvous, they're like, shit, we need to go get more food. And it just so happens on their map, there was an island called the Mocha Island, which is off the coast of Chile.
Ooh. Okay.
Now they decided, all right, we'll go there. And like I said, did I mention it's inhabited?
No.
Okay.
You just did.
On the map, it said it was inhabited. They're like, oh, dude, there's people that live on this little Mocha Island, this little Starbucks Mocha Island, and we got to go. Right now, we got to go get ourselves some mochas. So they go and they meet the locals, and at first the locals are really happy to trade, and they trade them fruit and water and, like, I don't know, monkey meat or whatever the hell grows on.
It's bush meat.
Islands.
Okay, the term is bush meat.
No.
Bush meat.
Well.
So they're nice people. They're like, oh, yeah, we aren't like nasty Patagonians that try to rip you apart and decorate our living rooms with their body parts. But the Dutch needed more than what these locals were willing to offer. So sneaky little Dutch boys were like, we're going to raid these natives. We need more food.
Cool.
So Willie's brother, Thomas, was part of the team that they assembled to raid the natives. But these natives were not dumb. They're like, look at these starving sailors. They're just shambling around on the beach with guns. Like, they might do something bad.
Run up and knock him over, quick.
So Willie's brother and this team head out to go raid these people, and the natives ambush them and completely slaughter all of the Dutch, killing William's brother. And the two ships were watching this raid happen, watching their crew members get slaughtered, and they took what little supplies they had and headed off across the Pacific.
Good.
We're like, fuck that.
We outie.
Mm-hmm. Now we have one last stop before we get to Japan. So the trip across the Pacific was a very arduous trip as well. Like you said, Tom, it's the largest ocean in the world.
If you haven't heard.
Yeah. Days and days at sea.
Yeah.
Weeks. That's what days and days are.
Yeah.
It's just a collection. Collection of days is weeks and weeks. Yes.
All of a sudden, the crew spots an island. It's smack dab in the middle of the ocean. This island wasn't charted, so you might call it an uncharted island.
Yeah, that's what you do.
You might call it the term that we use for it.
The two ships were like, all right, do we go to this island? Because the last time, I know we kind of started it, but the last time we stopped on an island, we got fucked up. So obviously this was a hot topic because, again, the men were starving on the ship because, whatever they picked up from the Mocha Islands, a couple Mocha Frappuccinos or whatever, wasn't going to last them across the Pacific. So it was kind of a hot topic, but 8 of these men aboard the ship, the Love, took the life rafts and were like, I'm going to die on this rotting ship. Like, I'd rather go risk the chances of this uncharted island being eaten alive or, I don't know, whatever. Later dugs, and they just, like, rode off. And people were like, oh, dude, these guys aren't going to make it. They're going to get eaten.
What? It's very dynamic storytelling.
Yeah, they're going to get ate. But wouldn't you know that this uncharted island was none other than Hawaii?
Oh, hey. Whoa.
Right where you are, Cody.
The island of Hawaii.
I like sandwiches.
Yeah. So these 8 dudes were the first haoles on the island, and this was 179 years before Captain Cook discovered it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Howleys and Gaijin in the same episode. Good job.
Yeah. And it's actually interesting because a English missionary in 1822 was in Hawaii, and he was talking to the native Hawaiians, and part of their historical lore, because remember, like a lot of these island folks are it's like oral history, right? You pass down stuff through. Yeah. So part of their oral history mentioned a boat full of white dudes that had arrived on the island long before Captain Cook, and they were there and they accepted them into the tribe, and these men married Hawaiian wives and became honorary chieftains. So these guys that were like, we shouldn't go to the island, they're going to kill you and eat you. It's like, no, they just gave them wives, and now they're chiefs.
This was one of the good islands.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't try to pillage them, so maybe that had something to do with our chemistry.
This here island gets the 5 stars.
Yeah.
So the Hope and the Love continued across the Pacific, and eventually they were hit with another gale. But this time, there was no hope for the waterlogged, rotten Hope. It was hit by a rogue wave, and Adams said it was gone forever. Whether it sank or we don't know if it just like drifted off somewhere or it disappeared. It's gone. It was never seen again.
Bye-bye. Go bye.
Yeah. So the Love and William Adams drifted into the Pacific. His log becomes very scarce as he's slowly wasting away from starvation. There were 24 men left on his ship of about 90, and they realized that it would only be days before all of them died.
Fuck.
But then, April 12th, 1600, they saw a sliver of land on the horizon. It was their salvation. The land of the rising hentai.
Oh.
Japan.
Baby.
And that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave you at for this week.
Travis, but
do you-
my tentacle was about to become erect.
Next
What do
week
you
there's gonna be so many erect tentacles
What do you
oozing.
think? What do you think Japan smells like?
Like rice flour and what else do they got over there?
Cherry blossom petals.
Something like
Cherry.
that. Yeah, those are Japanese, right? I don't know. I like going to Japanese restaurants. They're fun over there. They throw a shrimp at your mouth. The hibachis.
I mean,
Big fan of Japanese food. I really am.
Me too. They got great food. They got great family. They got great health.
And I watch a lot more anime that I lead on the show. And when I say a lot more, is that I've seen maybe 3 animes.
How many hentais?
I have never actually seen one to completion. To be honest, I've never seen a full hentai, but I have skimmed the pond scum off the top of the anime ocean that is hentai.
So next week we are going to get into Adams, William Adams entering Japan, learning about their customs, and eventually becoming a samurai.
Samurai.
But I wanted to give you that back story about his journey and then also what's going on in Japan with these. Because he's not the first European there. We've already got Portuguese hanging out, little baby Marios and Luigis.
Yeah. Well,
So here's a fun little anecdote about the Portuguese people. So I heard this from Gabriella's father, who is a Brazilian-born man. He said that the Portuguese people tend to be too literal all the time. They don't get any implications and stuff. For example, if you were at a restaurant, at a Portuguese restaurant, and you sat down and you looked at the person next to you and you liked what they were eating, and you said to your waiter, "I'll have that," the waiter would probably respond with, "Well, that's his. You can't have it."
I like that.
Tom, we are going to have a very good example of that with a Jesuit Portuguese man trying to literally walking on water, and we'll see what happens with that.
It's tricky.
It's
trickier than it looks.
That's how
tricky
you say
one.
it. That's how you say it. Oh my God, in Portuguese with the Portuguese accent is
Wow.
"Ai meu Deus."
All right, boys.
It's fun. Travis, thank you so much. This was good. I like this warmed up, a little bit shorter session, a little more on the ball. We're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Guys, and I say guys to everyone listening, that includes all you gals too, all you lovely folks. Thanks for listening to this.
Yeah.
Roast Mortem is here for you. We don't fuck around. And by that, that's a lie. But we do care for you.
Now, don't you ever fuck around. Now, don't you ever fuck around.
Right.
That's our theme song. That's what we wake up to every morning. It's my alarm clock.
Let's take a huddle on that before we lock it in. But
Well, that's true. All right. So either way, you can go to, roastmortemcast.com, correct? Yeah. Okay. Yes. I think all the Twitter links are broken, but wherever they may take you, follow those people.
I'm just saying, it's got a link to the two most important things: the store, where you get custom shirts, and it also takes you to our Patreon, which is the most important.
Patreon.com. Yes, we will never shy away from admitting that we want your money. Do we deserve your money? Yes. Are we going to get it? That's up to you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. I like
We could trade in Dogecoins, too.
Yep. We're setting it up. Send it to my hot wallet, as some say on the internet.
Ooh. I don't like that.
Guys, any parting words for the show here?
Cody?
Nah.
Oh, I was just going to say, stick around next week, because when we see the samurai, the rise of the samurai, it kind of reminds me of when Optimus Prime hung out with Scooby-Doo, and they both showed each other wieners, and they compared size.
Like Zoinks, man.
And then He-Man showed up, and he's like, guess what? I'm a man. That's what the 80s are.
Yeah, this show isn't about the 80s. See ya!
Bye.
Bye!
Dankard.
Dank it. Dank Nabbit.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Roast Mortem, a show about history, friendship, and the mummy, starring Brendan Fraser. My name is Tom.
I'm Travis, and I am Penny.
I will be your Cody for this evening. I am no character from The Mummy.
You're Mike.
I'm Mac.
When you say it with that southern drawl,
That's
southern
Southern?
Long Island, you sound like you're saying Mac.
I'm Mac.
Mac. I like
Mac.
Let's call him Mac.
that didn't even pass my noise gate.
Dude, he's just Mac now. How's everyone doing?
The mac and cheese.
You know,
Hanging in there.
I'm all right.
chilling with it.
Great.
Hanging in there.
Very lonely today.
You're lonely? Why?
Well,
Why are you so sad, Mike?
it's a lot of
Tell us why
injustice
you're
in the
so
world.
sad and how fucked up your life is.
Yeah,
I
lay
watched
it on thick.
that Britney Spears documentary this week,
Yeah.
so I feel like
Oops,
I don't really feel like
dude.
myself lately. I don't know.
You heard it here
I
first.
feel like fucked up.
All right.
And that's me.
Mike feels bad. Okay. Travis, how's your week?
It has been a nightmare, actually. My dad, unfortunately, passed away from COVID. And so, let's do another cheers. This is a two-parter, 2 parts of sad.
Two-parter.
Cheers.
Back to back.
Cheers. Dick was a good guy. Cheers to him.
Yeah, he was a listener, I'm sure. Thank you to all the listeners out there that have sent
Dick-
really
Dick
nice
was a patron.
messages. Yeah, he was a
Dick was a
patron.
patron.
Oh, fuck, we're going to lose a patron. God damn it. That's all that matters.
Right. It's all about
Oh,
money at
no.
the end of the day. Well, no, in all seriousness,
man.
your dad was a
Yeah.
real champion. So we lost
Yeah, I
a
liked
good
him.
man.
Yeah.
So
Cody.
everyone go out and insure their fucking dads. This
Yeah.
might be 2021's gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
It's like Children of Men, but instead of children, it's all dads.
yeah. You know what? Like, good.
Oh, my goodness. Cody, what about you, man?
Hanging in there.
Yeah.
Even though my own father passed away the week prior, Travis let me know they were cremated on the same day. So
Okay.
serendipitous there.
That's because we got some hot dads.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot dad. Got
Hot and
that
spicy.
hot dad
Crispy now.
situation going on. So
Yeah.
I just thought that was serendipitous.
Yeah. You know what?
But yeah, hanging in there.
I mean, I will say there was a part of me when we started a show called Roast Mortem, and the idea of talking about dead people in history, we knew we would have to kind of touch
Oh,
that
yeah.
subject at some point. And because we're doing it with other people, it happens, and it's unfortunate, but here we are. We're still making the best out of what we got, right, boys?
I
Yeah,
will
dog.
need so many drugs to do an episode on my father.
Yeah.
So patreon.com/roastmortemcast. Let's see how much people want that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Again, we lost one. So,
Let's take that spot again.
money.
Right. All right. Well, since you guys are going to
Tom,
ask,
how was your week?
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. So my week. Let me tell you something.
How's your dad?
He's fine. I will have.
Good.
I will have checks.
Good.
Okay. I will check in with you guys. I did something, I think last week to lighten the mood after Cody, you'd broken the news to us. I had told a story about my bed and how I took the sheets off and then forgot to wash them and then put them back on as crusty as they were before. And it was sad.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
more bed development.
Oh,
so,
yeah, please, let's know.
So now
Yeah, let's go.
I in my possession is a new bed frame, one that you do not need a box spring for. Now I have been sleeping like a bachelor, of course, with my girlfriend, where the box spring is on the ground and then there's a mattress on top. This is familiar. We've all seen that formation. So the new bed frame I have, you're not supposed to have a box spring. It's rather high. So what did I do? I kept the box spring. Now I
Oh,
sleep.
no, I hate that.
No,
I hate that.
I am sleeping 4.5
you're
feet
super
off
high.
the ground, and it is the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Why?
I wake up.
I'm the opposite. You tell me on it. Sell me
Okay,
on it. Why?
look, you have Asian roots. Like you're close to the ground. You need to sleep on the floor. I understand. It's cultural. So for me, I am tall. I am. Yes, you're just a mattress on the ground.
I like the Cody. I like that you have the paper towels right next to the bed for easy cleanup.
What? So
I had KFC last night. Fuck you.
KFC in bed. That is wonderful. But no, seriously, if
No,
you never slept on a
that's
bed,
actually more embarrassing. I was masturbating. Having KFC in bed was more embarrassing. I was masturbating. Thank you.
So, Tom, you're sleeping like a tree elf.
yes.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry to cut you off.
no, it's fine. Basically, like my head is only really moving. Like I don't lay my head down anymore. I put my head atop of the mattress and jump up. like some kind of pole vaulting, luxury-based Olympian. And I wake up every morning and I roll out and I go, why haven't I been doing this?
What do you mean you roll out?
I literally roll out. I do not need
Onto
to
your
stand
feet?
up. Yes.
Hey, welcome to the party, Tom.
Oh,
It's amazing. I am rolling out of bed.
that's called a table hopper.
And I'm standing up by accident and I'm getting my day started. So I just wanted to share with you, if you've never slept more than half of your body height off the ground, you should really try it. It's great.
I hate it. I'm not
Are
a
there,
tree
are there
elf.
any other perks?
Yeah, I feel like a
than
fucking
the
king.
dismount?
I feel like God. And maybe only for 6 hours a night, but that's how I feel. And I think I'm talking
All right.
about this for too long. We should start the show. Mike, do you have any
if you want.
questions, perhaps, for Travis?
This is Tom Cruise's name in this.
Oh, yeah. Well, we
Oh,
talked
good.
a lot about Tom
This is
Cruise.
Tom Cruise, right? This is what this is on. I was in the bathroom the last episode.
Previously on Roast Mortem Cast.
Yeah, no, we talked a little bit about Tommy Cruise in that movie where he pulls his eyeballs out.
Favorite movie.
I never saw the movie.
Minority,
so spoilers.
by the Minority Report.
Oh,
That's a good one.
What, Mission
Set in
Impossible?
Edo, Japan.
Right, so Mike is going to be completely clueless as usual, but
I'm
this
big
is a
on
second
Yeah.
parter.
Japanese history.
Are you raising your hand or stretching?
It's both. I'm big on Japanese history.
All right, so I'll let for Mike. I'm not doing it for the listeners because you should have listened to the last episode. I'll give you a quick summary of what we talked about.
Oh,
In the first episode,
Wait.
we talked all about the
Oh.
first contact of Europeans meeting the Japanese. You guys remember the stinky, hairy Portuguese?
yep.
And they came and they started spreading Christianity like a holy bukkake over these feudal lands.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, it stinks.
Yeah.
High hell in there.
And about a half a cent, the Portuguese controlled the trade with Japan for about a half a century. But the other Europeans wanted that premium #1 export from Japan, hentai.
Yeah, dude.
even back then,
You like hentai, Mike?
Yeah, you like hentai, Mike?
it had hentai back then.
Of course.
Guys, we've
What do you-
for years we have been calling him Hentai Mike. Of course he likes hentai.
Why you guys call me hentai Mike?
Well, behind your back. I mean,
Because you're not in the room.
You guys like, I think you guys think like hentai or something like that.
no, we think that your love of hentai is admirable.
You see how he mispronounced it to throw us off the trail? Good touch. I don't watch hentai.
I watched the plot.
Yeah.
So all these
What's your-
Europeans.
What's your favorite plot, Mike? What's your favorite plot?
I gotta look it up. I don't know.
Travis, continue.
Sorry
Ignore
to cut
this.
you off there, Travis. Yeah.
So all of these Europeans, they're out there. They're trying to find those great plotted hentais. And of course, you know, the English come up with the real smooth brain idea of blasting their uncircumcised dongs through the frozen Kara River above Russia. This
Right.
was to bypass the Portuguese and the Spanish that controlled the trade routes.
And it's important they were uncircumcised. That will be on the exam later, Mike.
Uncircumcised. Got it.
Yes,
Well,
remember it.
To your
I'm just
mental
saying,
note.
yeah, I'm just saying, Mike, like if you've ever entered an icy body of water dick first, you
It's-
need to have a hood over your penis.
I usually just push it
You
in.
need the diving bell for your dick.
You'll push it in.
Yeah, you push it into your body.
Yeah.
Oh, the full retract?
Dig dug.
Never go full retracted.
That'll figure
You don't
itself
do that
out.
every once in a while.
All right, this is getting
For
way off
fun?
task.
Why?
Travis,
What's going
continue,
on?
please.
So-
I'm driving
How
this
bored
forward.
do you get? How bored do you get?
Enter our subject, William Adams, a seasoned sea dog that grew up in London's seedy Limehouse,
G'day.
where he learned all about shipbuilding and piloting. And Mike, piloting is being a captain on a ship. They didn't call it sailing. You were a pilot of waves and
Yeah,
boats.
I like that better.
I like that.
Yeah.
Legit.
So he spent his 20s navigating through the pirate-infested coast of northern Africa, and when he was home, he was mashing it with his wife. Marry him, and they juiced out a daughter, and I also think I forgot to
Ooh.
mention he had a son, too. 2 juice drops.
Damn.
It's good stuff.
Spreading it everywhere.
Bogo.
And then opportunity knocked, and the Dutch recruited him as a pilot to one of their ships on a voyage to Japan.
I like how opportunity knocks after he's a father twice over.
Yeah, fuck that.
He's like, oh, Japan, this sounds monumentous. Bye, children.
I've never heard of it,
I'm.
but I need to
I'll be
go
getting
there.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
I'll be getting cigarettes for the rest of my life. Thank you.
One of those long Chinese cigarettes.
So Adam spent the next year battling man-eating Patagonians, long-breasted African ladies that he was boning, He clubbed 14,000 or 1,400 penguins to death.
What? It's a piece of
It's
shit.
a great story. But, Mike, you're going to have to go back and listen to the episode. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not going to tell it all.
Are you calling a roast mortem subject, Mike, a piece of shit? Is that what you're doing right now?
A little bit. Killing penguins is pretty fucked up. They're cute as fuck.
He
He's
hasn't
a piece
seen
of shit,
Happy
according to
Feet.
Mike.
He was
There you
caught
go.
off guard.
Yeah, that movie's a masterpiece.
Like-
That'll bring a tear to your eye.
It
Like-
really isn't.
like,
it really isn't.
After Mouse Hunt, no one has killed a mouse since. It took Stuart Little and Mouse Hunt for people to stop killing, but before they just mashed.
Don't forget Patton Oswalt and Ratatouille.
Yeah, that man made soup for people.
That guy is also basically a rat. So let's
They
continue.
cast well. They cast well for that part. Yeah.
So, in the end, only 24 survivors, including William Adams, our man, made it to Japan. And they landed in the same place, or I say landed, more like the ship just like drifted into the harbor, in none other than Bungo. You guys remember that from last episode?
Hell
Yes.
no.
I do. Yes,
I
you were
don't.
I've been
having
doing
drinks.
funeral shit.
No, Bungo was where the Portuguese landed, and it's a hilarious name. I don't even know if it's real. The guy who wrote this book, it's a great book. He just might have made that
That might
up.
be a fact. How about
Bungo,
you just eat it?
Japan.
Yeah, Bungo, Japan. Go there now. It's
Bungo?
they sell boogie boards, but novelty ones. You shouldn't actually. They're
Yeah,
not
the-
water resistant.
It's collectible
Local
ones.
cuisine is killer.
The crew and Williams were so sick and weak that they weren't able to row ashore. So they just kind of sat on their ship, the Love, and just like sat in the harbor while a bunch of Japanese people are like, oh, what is this out there? It's smelly. We could probably smell it from our town.
Nani?
Yeah, I was gonna say something like that too, but I'm gonna hold back.
I beat y'all.
Eventually, a bunch of Japanese people got curious and they rowed aboard the ship. They rowed out to the ship and they came aboard. Now, these people were not there to save the sailors, but to rob them blind while they were laying on the deck like they had just had two wanks back to back.
Oh,
Oh, pirates, but sneaky.
Not really even
Effortless.
sneaky, just like,
Honorable pirates.
yeah, William's just like, what are you doing? And he's like, I can't get up. My penis is broken. I'm
Oh.
dehydrated.
yeah.
Drink that salt water.
And the Japanese come on there. They
You know,
jump on. They go,
don't do
"Where's your tuna?" And that's
Dude,
it.
tuna's delicious.
Tuna.
I know. That's why they're asking.
Someone in Bungo, after they've been robbed blind, someone in Bungo eventually was like, we should probably get these rotting white dudes out of our harbor because they're just been sitting there for like a week. So they brought the crew aboard and gave them a house. On the way, 3 more crew members died just from being sick and gross.
Oh,
Yeah, that-
cause of death, gross.
Sick and gross. Sick and or gross isms. Yeah.
So the word quickly spread that the crew of the Love had landed in Japan. There was a new flavor of stinky white man in Nagasaki, which was where Bungo
What
was.
is it? What is it?
Well, we have William Adams. He's the first Englishman to step foot in Japan.
Ah.
Before that, it was only Portuguese and Spanish.
Right. And finally, there's a real bridge here because before it was just muskets you had mentioned that made the Portuguese bond with the Japanese. But now they can bond over tea time. They might fight over the size of the cup, but it's still tea time.
Cup of brew. Yeah.
Kappa brew.
So they're like, oh man, this one's weird. It talks differently.
As they're poking it with a stick.
yeah.
This almost dead one has a pretty nice pocket watch on him.
So the Japanese were very fascinated to learn more about this slightly less hairy version of a European. Now, if you remember, the Portuguese Jesuits were there, and they knew exactly what William was, and that was a dirty Protestant dog.
Ooh.
Ah.
The Portuguese Jesuits. Really? That's like the least intimidating gang name I've ever heard.
Yeah, it sure is. And it doesn't fit on a jacket well. I've tried.
It's like, we'll lick you when you're least expecting it. I'm like,
Yeah. Don't
Fine.
use that word. Fucking
So
weirdos.
the leader of the Jesuits was a man named Alessandro Valagiano. Sounds Italian.
Good.
I probably said it wrong.
Yeah.
It's probably like Sao
Good
Bao
gang leader
Ciao.
name.
Yeah. I don't even want to
Wow.
see what's written there.
that's weird.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Trust
No.
me.
No.
I'm going to call him Alessandro.
Call him Vladimir. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. So Alessandro had been busy converting Japanese to Catholicism. And he
It's
had brought
weird.
in.
It's weird
he-
seeing that.
Yeah. He had brought in a whole bunch
Because
of
it's-
other Catholic priests too. But yeah, Cody, what were you saying?
Because it's like there are some like hardcore Catholics in Japan, like way early on. And in my mind, that's like mind-blowingly weird because I consider myself a Westerner. And like whenever I'm watching an anime, Shinto is like the cool, ethereal, otherworldly, spiritual thing. But there are some goddamn animes out there that are made for Japanese people where Catholicism is like the spiritual, cool thing out there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
this is the 1600s.
they're trying to.
Have you ever seen like an anime and like there's a Western priest in the anime and all the characters are looking at him like he's like some foreign shaman that is capable of wielding magic?
Yeah, look,
right?
I get it. Like animes, they're trying to make Gregory Peck from The Omen into every character with the and he's like a priest with his hands turn into like chop suey that can cut people up from across the room. That's
They're usually
anime.
banishing
Okay?
demons.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they do. I understand. But look, man, we all know that. It's not like any secret. Christianity, Catholicism,
Anime.
Islam, those three religions, they have done a great job.
Anime. Don't forget anime. There's
you
four.
forget what
There's
anime
four
is. I'm
religions.
I'm not talking about that one. No, listen.
There's
hear my
four
point.
religions.
Hear my
I
point.
believe in anime.
Because I'm actually trying to not shit on anime in this moment. You guys are killing my momentum. All I'm getting at
You
is
feeling
that
all right?
between those three things, they have done a lot of dampening of cool shit.
Oh,
Historically,
yeah.
they have ruined a lot of fun times that could have been had.
They also made a
That's
lot
what-
of good times.
So that's what I'm saying. They go Japan, they go, you guys are having too much fun and you're far too honorable.
That's right.
Oh, you know what I
Trying
like
to
calling
fuck it
those
up with
people nowadays, Tom?
Christianity.
What?
I call those people cringe mongers nowadays.
Cringe mongers. Okay. That's fun.
Cringe mongers.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. Alessandro and his Spanish, Portuguese, Catholic monks are cringe mongers. And so they had come into Japan. They had been in Japan for about 40 years before this happened. So there was a lot of time for them to convert a lot of the Shinto shrines to churches. And they're all like, hey, like, guess what? Used to be a Shinto shrine. Now we're going to kit it out with a bunch of dead Jesuses on the wall. It's a church.
Jeebus.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, right.
Now, Alessandro also had an ear with a lot of the feudal lords. He had lied to them and told them that Europe was ruled exclusively by the Catholic Pope, that there was no schisms or fractures in the belief in the one true God and the way that you fucking believe in your God. He's like,
No,
Europe,
you
we're all Catholics.
Yeah, it's all the same crap. Listen, let me
Don't you-
show you how to do it, okay? You wear weird shoes. Let me show you what boots are really like, okay?
Got any little boys around here?
Oh, jeez.
You know we do.
Oh, they do. And I'll talk about that. So Alessandro went to these feudal lords. He's like, we got to get rid of this William guy because he illegally landed on Japanese shores. I mean, you guys have like a closed border with everyone besides us and the Spanish. Gotta go. And he's like,
He did not say "Mother May I" 3 times before landing in port.
yeah. Now, let's just say punishment in Japan did not go by the Hammurabi Code. Remember, like an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. If you were
I'm
caught,
so intrigued.
if you were caught doing anything, you're dead. You caught stealing, you're dead. You caught improper etiquette when approaching your lord, you're dead. You sneeze in the wrong place, you're dead.
What if I hang dong in front of your cat?
You dead.
You're dead.
Who's
You dead.
But this is the stuff that's instilled into Japanese culture even today.
Fear.
This is quietness, too much to speak out.
Orderliness.
Like the reason that whole Om Shinrikyo thing happened and no one was like coughing on the subway,
gonna
even though they were dying.
do that guy?
Because you don't step out of line.
Yeah. I mean, that's when I think in the first episode we talked a lot about how they were so taken back by the Portuguese and how loud they were.
Yeah.
Japanese people shut the fuck up and they do their own fucking thing.
Could you
Oh,
imagine
my
if
God. Can I
we
share,
went
like-
there?
Oh my god.
Can I share a quick like tangent like thing I'm dealing with right now?
Sure.
My dad has passed. Go listen to the last episode. I cry about it during my How Was Your Week? But my dad had a Louisiana best friend / business partner. And my dad kind of like adopted the Hawaiian lifestyle, which is Pacific. And it's very like quiet and mellow. So when someone passes, we have respect, but we try not to fucking be loud about it.
Okay.
And this guy, my dad's friend from Louisiana, has the total opposite fucking mentality with death and funerals.
Well, we did fucking
And
Louis.
he's just like,
we did Louis Armstrong. They used to have fucking marching bands for funerals.
yeah, dude.
They have an
Like,
entire
this guy,
genre of music.
My dad's friend is like, he's not dead. He's not dead yet. He owes me a steak dinner. Get him up. We're gonna we have to like parade his casket around the neighborhood while jazz music plays, and then we eat jambalaya, and then I say he's dead. And I'm looking at him like, oh my God, Mark, he's dead. He's ashes right now. He's really dead. Like, I don't care how many steak dinners you owe him and how you want to parade him around my block, but Hawaii is not Louisiana, my dude. Like, we do things respectfully and quietly. And he's like, fuck that. Let me in here. I'll show you how to die, Cody. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
Just chill.
Damn.
Watch out.
Just chill. I know you're mourning, but just chill with me, dude.
Well, I'm still all on board for the put me on a swing and play I Feel So Alive for
Yeah,
the very
man.
first time when I'm
That's
dead.
going down. When you pass away, that's the first thing I'm doing. Constructing a swing that we can.
No, it's called a hammock. Just throw him in a hammock.
No, I need a swing,
No,
like
no,
one of
no,
those
no.
giant baby swings that, like, you put the kid in and they can't escape. That's Travis is going in,
Hammock.
but it's going to be good for 400 pounds. So we could throw ham and salami as a POD cover band plays that song on loop for 4 hours.
No Youth of Nation.
Bring your own beer. Maybe Youth of the Nation as we carry about. I don't know. Look, this is a
That
serious
bass line,
tangent.
you know, you
and
going
look,
out.
Yeah.
and look, maybe I'm a lot like your friend, your dad's friend over there. We all mourn differently. Let's continue the show.
Oh,
Let's
man, I
make
want
this
a
happen.
steak right now.
Right. So basically, if you're caught doing anything in Japan, the punishment is usually death. So Alessandro's like, yo, you guys, you Japanese, I like the way you do crucifixion. Jesus, let's say Jesus had it easy. So why don't you crucify this guy?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that
don't know.
hurts.
Why don't we crucify fuckers?
So the Japanese style of, because it is a style, it's an art of crucifixion,
everything's
Was-
an art over there.
was very similar to the Romans, except with a little bit of Vlad the Impaler flair.
Ooh.
So you were nailed to a cross,
Ow.
except they gave you an extra like foot bar. Like, have you ever seen the Orthodox cross they use, and it looks like a T, but then there's like another line underneath.
Yeah. So that's like the platform to stand on because you're actually
Yeah.
hanging from your nailed up hands.
Yeah. So
God.
that's what they put you on, and then they get some crucifixion Chris Angel types, these like magician men, and they pull out their spears, 16 of
Ooh.
them,
Do some weird chants.
and on the guy who's up on the cross, they impale them through with the spear in a way that doesn't pierce any organs. So you kind of look like a Jesus porcupine at the end.
Oh.
Of
Yeah,
God.
baby.
Yeah.
That's like ultimate sadomasochism. Shout out to that episode.
Yeah, that's a big Hellraiser thing.
It's kind of hot.
The Cenobites come in, they just go, "Hey, you want to get fucked in weird ways? Let's try it."
A little bit.
I mean,
I got
shit, let's open
he's
this
like,
box.
I got something to show you. I'm paraphrasing. I think it's something like that.
Just wanna
Idea is
feel
free.
something.
Let's do it.
I just want to feel something. God damn it! Give me that Rubik's cube.
I'm
So
gonna take you to Olive Garden.
yeah, William lucked out a little bit. William and his crew didn't get the whole Jesus porcupine sadomasochist thing. The feudal lords are like, kind of want to meet this guy. He speaks different than you guys. I'd like to meet him. So Willie was brought to Osaka Castle, where he met a man that he thought was Japan's king, but it was actually the exceptionally powerful, thick-eyebrowed lord Tokugawa Ieyasu.
That's a big man important name.
Oh yeah,
That's one of the Japanese like don't fuck with me last names.
yeah. So Tokugawa was very interested in the outside world, and he wasn't going to just kill this dude outright before he got some little extra knowledge. And also, the Portuguese had refused to share any knowledge about how to construct their ships, which he wanted. He's like, oh, dude.
Sneaky.
In fact, Tokugawa really wanted to go to Mexico for whatever reason. He's like, dude, I heard this place, you call it Mexico? We're going there. And the Portuguese are like, I'm not going to share how you make these ships, so you guys have shitty ships. You can't go to Mexico.
I was
Tijuana.
hoping to go to Spring Break.
Yeah.
No. Cancun-aru.
They got peyote there. Want to smoke?
Cozumel is better than Cancun. Travis.
I've never been to Mexico, but I want to go. So I'll buy property in Mexico right
Yo,
now.
Want to go to Tijuana?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm down to go. I always want to go.
Tijuana's sketch. No, Mike.
That's why I want to go.
Tijuana's
It's more
sketch now.
sketchy.
It's sketch nowadays. You might come back in a fucking body bag, my friend.
I was.
All right, well,
Life's
somewhere else.
about,
Mike,
life's
we'll-
about living.
We'll look a little bit. We'll see where their Disney locations are, and then we'll
Let's
make
go to
our way
Cozumel.
down.
Let's go to Cozumel. Cozumel's good.
Cozumel. That's spelled Cozy Mel.
It's more or less, but it's the little brother, less touristy trap of Cancun.
So
Whatever.
So Tokugawa learned that William was a shipwright and a pilot, and he was like, "Oh shit, that's awesome, dog." But the problem was that Adams was using a Portuguese Jesuit as a translator to speak for him, because I guess the Jesuit knew English and he knew Japanese.
Right.
So Adams thought that the meeting went really well. The next day, you go into jail.
Right.
Fired?
Well, he's
Fired
probably
to jail.
yeah. The emperor's probably like, "Hey, I like your ship. Would you show me how to do that?" The Portuguese guy is just like, "You look really handsome. I'm definitely not going to hurt you. What's going on?" And Adams replies, "Well, thanks. I'm not going to hurt you either. Thanks for hosting me here. What's this raw fish deal? It seems pretty interesting. I'm into it." And then the translator goes back. He goes, "He's going to have sex with your son."
Plot twist.
He's gonna.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
Those are the two most unsettling phrases I've ever heard you say, Tom.
I just
Like, you're very handsome. I'm not going to hurt you.
like, imagine that guy. Like, this is a very impartial jury. That's like, that's like asking Ted Cruz for a favor. It's just not going to go down.
I'm seeing a jury of like 12 like Asian McPoyles from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
yeah.
just hair wet, drinking milk in a bathrobe.
Oh, yeah. That is very Japanese, actually. They probably took that from that culture.
Yeah, guzzling milk, very Japanese, yes.
So Cody did a whole episode on the state of Japanese jails. Who's that the name of that guy?
Yoshie Shiratori.
Right. So let's just say the jails were probably around the same
Right.
in the
That.
17th century or
Right.
worse.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not
never good.
Yeah. The crew was slowly dying. Remember, there was 24 of them. 3 of them died when they got off the boat. Their numbers started to dwindle as they had to live next to festering bodies where they were
Ugh.
jailed up.
Yeah, that's foreigner jail, which has got to be much worse than the jails I outlined in the Yoshi episode.
Yeah. Beatings from the guards, obviously. And all while the Jesuits were like, "Yo, Tokugawa, crucify him, dog. I really would like that."
I'd be like, I'll never come back to Japan ever again.
Yeah, this place blows.
I show up, they start beating the shit out of me and want to crucify me.
You
Start
sail.
eating raw fish?
But
Yeah.
like, think about this guy. Adams is out here. He's like, I just sailed around the earth to avoid Portuguese people.
Yeah.
And what do I get? Portuguese
people.
Right?
What? Get
Wow.
out of here. You with your dumb roosters.
So
I
Tokugawa
like those.
kind of like, he was like, "I don't know if these Portuguese guys, they wouldn't even tell me how to build a ship. I'm going to let this guy out." So he lets out, and also he's like, "I really want to make it to Mexico. I got to go." You know what I'm saying?
I gotta
I
get
got
to
them
Mexico, Dad.
fajitas.
Yeah, it's
Rajitos.
really good down there. Churros and shit.
Yeah, dude.
So after weeks of living hell in a Japanese prison, Tokugawa releases Williams and his crew, and were given a house in Osaka and given back their stolen cargo from the Love. I guess they tracked down the criminals that stole it and killed them and got the ship.
Shit.
Right.
Old gamer house.
Japanese housing.
Yeah.
Japanese housing. You got the 4 walls of paper, and then those 4 walls support a very heavy roof with stones on them. I don't
That's
know why.
engineering.
That's
Hear that knock on the door? Open up. It's the police. We have scissors.
Yeah,
it just seems way more
I didn't
badass to
think
go
that
through a
went through.
pane of glass than a wall of paper.
Yeah, I mean, but,
Shit.
everything's got to be an art over there. They can't just stucco something up. They got to make an art out of it. They got to do Post-it notes for Etsy's.
so
Yeah. Take one out of America's playbook. All those historical sites, parking lots.
Yep.
Paid parking lots.
So there was 2 conditions for them being released. First of all, they couldn't leave Japan. Not going out of Japan. We're gonna keep an eye on you. I got samurais. I got ninjas. You're not leaving Japan. And could not. Oh, and also, and William needed to build Tokugawa a ship.
Well, fuck, man. He didn't build his own ship.
This guy wants a fucking lot.
Well, Tokugawa doesn't know how the Europeans build their ships. Their ships are, the Japanese ships at the time were pretty shitty. You could probably get to China, but like you're not going across an ocean.
Right.
I'll make you a paper boat real quick. What the fuck is origami?
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, look at this shit in the harbor. Fucking copy that shit.
I brought you one. Look at it, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
It's right there.
I gotta show you how to do this shit. I don't fucking know. I just drive this thing.
It's just wood.
You just bend it. Bend that wood.
Bend it like wood. That's my favorite movie. So of course William said yes because he didn't want to go back to this Japanese jail. But in his diaries, because we still have William Adams' diaries, he was shitting a brick because, like I said, he was a shipwright and also a pilot. But it's like, you remember those skills you learned in high school or college that you never had to do in your adult professional life? Like chemistry,
trigonometry?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
That was so different. Did you hear that? I said home ec and Travis said chemistry.
I said trigonometry.
I'm sorry, what did...
Wait, you said home
You said
ec? You don't fold
I said
towels?
home ec.
You don't use the toaster?
Math for the college
Can we
bound.
get that out of the episode, Zwick? I
No.
realize how embarrassing that.
No, that's the real Cody. That's my friend Cody, and he lives like that. Okay? Show some pride, goddammit.
Yeah,
You don't
so
make
said the
pizzas
wrong
anymore
thing.
in the oven?
Yeah, right?
My oven's been broken since New Year's Day, Mike.
Or microwave pizzas? I used to do that.
New Year.
I mean, that's not home ec, but
It's not technically a pizza if you microwave.
yeah, Mike, if somebody put a gun to your head and was like, all right, tell me all about the Golgi's apparatus in your body.
the Gogi apparatus.
Yeah, you
What
know
the fuck
about
is
that?
I don't even know.
It's like a reflex
Does that have to do with,
thing.
shitting?
I'm gonna go with the shitting. I'm going
It
with
has,
shitting.
it has to do with some type of microorganism shit in your body. I don't even know.
Guys, this isn't
It has to do with
science
shit.
podcast. This is roast mortem.
I learned that
Right,
in high
so-
school. I
Can
We
forgot.
talk
have a
about
science
friendship,
podcast?
history, and the mummy.
Well, right.
Let's
so
go.
Williams there, like, I trained in how to build a ship, but like I haven't actually done it since I was 16. And I never actually built
right.
a ship. Like, he just learned like some techniques here and there. So
Went
he's
through the
kinda-
motions.
Wait, so how old is he now?
Oh, he's so when he left on the trip, he was I think 34. So he would be 35 right now.
So that's half a lifetime ago when he says 16.
Yeah.
That's like we've all been there. Everyone in our generation has been there, where like your parents or someone, a boomer, found out that you wrote an email, and they go, "Oh, can you build
my
me a
God.
website for my business?"
Oh my God.
Yes.
Just because my dad died, I'm seeing all my family members recently, and they're all hitting me with this.
Yeah, they all want
like-
you to build them websites for their Etsy's, which
It's
you
like,
don't need a website.
While
for.
I have you, can you build me an online store? And I'm just like, we'll see.
Yes, I will build
We
you a comedy based QAnon novelty shop.
They just assume I'm technologically like savvy, and I can barely get fucking Reaper to like record my stuff.
I just play video games. Okay, Travis, continue.
William went to work sourcing lumber, and he constructed a miniature of the Love, the ship that he sailed on. And as he traveled around Japan sourcing this lumber, he noticed something strange about Japan, and that there was dead bodies everywhere.
What?
Loads of dead bodies. Just,
Why?
you'd be walking in the park, and there's a dead body.
That's a bad amusement park.
Yeah.
So the thing was that samurai or ronin, which is a samurai without a master, were roaming around.
I love that you know that. I love you.
Yes, samurai. These ronin were roaming around Japan because this was the Civil War period, as I mentioned in the last episode.
Mhm.
And they samurai had no issue with just grabbing some commoner and testing the sharpness of their blade by cutting
my
them in
God.
half.
You know,
There's
Like in the
sorry
anime.
to be like a huge nerd, but like in Pokemon, there's a move called Night Slash, and it's an okay move. But like if you look into it, like the Japanese name for it is like Crossroads Slash, which is a historical reference to what Travis just said. There would be like Ronin that would just cleave through somebody traveling a road and kill them just to test the sharpness of their blade.
Well, I was going to
Yeah.
make a Mel Brooks reference, which would have saved you, but you decided to double down. That's
This is
okay.
the Weeb episode, cocksucker.
It is.
Doing it.
I need to contribute. Well, that is very unfortunate because if I was walking around and saw that, I would be leaving. I would go the hell home. Fuck Japan.
Well, I'm just saying, imagine going out for a bagel and some guy's just like, give me you. And then he grabs you and he tries his fucking like Cutco knives on you.
Yeah. Oh,
And then I would find out
you
my
can't
inner
fucking
potential.
complain.
Oh, finally, I'm here in the land of clean running trains. I am so excited. I'm turning around right now. This is terrible.
I always want to be a samurai.
Land of
You can be.
milk and honey.
Okay, what else we got?
So while while William was building his ship, Tokugawa was busy rivaling other lords and like battling, some of which William had witnessed. And he was so successful in claiming these other areas of land in Japan that he was able to claim the ancient title of shogun,
Oh, wow.
which is
That's big boy.
which is basically the ruler of
Head honcho.
Japan. You've got like the emperor, and then you've got the shogun, who's like the military ruler of Japan.
Right.
Mike, the Emperor of Japan, not the real head honcho.
Yeah.
It's the shogun.
Yeah,
the
I
fuck?
think Mitch McConnell's been trying to be a shogun for quite some time. He read it in a book. That it wasn't actually a book; it was the back of a menu at a Japanese restaurant. Hibachi. He was getting a shrimp in the mouth and realized
Oh,
that he wanted to be shogun.
Right.
And for that, I
Well-
congratulate
Spring in the
him for
mouth.
his ambition.
I'm the shogun of America.
well, don't we have a war czar? I can't remember.
Do
Yeah,
we?
that's
Is
Russia,
it Andrew
dog.
WK?
Warzone.
No. I think like some fucking president in our past like made the office war czar, and everyone's like, "Why are you calling it a czar? How about?" I feel like shogun works better.
Yeah.
Like war
It
shogun.
was probably Jimmy
So-
Carter.
I like
it was
that
probably
more.
Jimmy Carter going. We don't
No.
really do war anymore. It's fine. You could do whatever
It was
whatever
either
kind of
Trump,
war you want to be.
Obama,
We're
or
basically gonna.
it was either Trump, Obama, or George Bush. One of
Okay.
those
Very
three
fun.
that made the war czar.
Okay. Continue.
So this is kind of this is good for William because like his main supporter is now the shogun. So like no one's gonna fuck with him if he's like buddies with this dude or he's
Full
like
pass.
he's in bed with
You
him.
don't-
Yeah, like
You don't fuck with shoguns.
so William's still out there. He's trying to source lumber. He's like folding the wood. He's fucking whatever
That
you
fucking
do,
blows,
build
man.
ships,
Shit.
right? He's like he's building this miniature, and then he asks him to build a full scale one. He's out there, but he came across a Franciscan community, Franciscan monks
In Japan?
in Japan. Yes, remember I told
Okay.
you it's the Portuguese had come and they
Franciscan. What the
Jesuits?
fuck is that?
Mike, there's different branches of so within Christianity there's different flavors.
Yeah.
You've got like
Yeah.
the Catholic and the Protestant and the Orthodox. But even within Catholicism, you're like, okay, I want chocolate chip, but then I want to put a little bit of fucking like,
Peanuts?
syrup on top,
The ice cream analogy is pretty healthy, I think.
right?
I would disagree.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's all the same shit. You're going to be diabetic at the
How
end
about
of the day,
mochi?
but you're going. It's just the variations of how you want to get there. Oh,
Right.
How about mochi and shoyu?
I'm one of those
You'd like
people
that,
who
right?
grew up thinking maraschino cherries were unhealthy. I'm
Aren't
correct. I have met many people who think that's fruit.
It's
I
not.
can choke on them.
That's a
Right,
healthy
so-
ice cream.
I'm not saying. I'm not speaking for you. I'm just
not ice
saying
cream.
that I choose to get my own diet. Okay, you can get yours.
Maraschino is a fruit,
Mike,
not
think
an ice
think
cream.
about all those prissy boys that went to different Catholic schools. Fucking Saint Dom, Saint whatever.
Chaminade and
It's just a different. What's wrong, Cody?
vibe.
No, I am one of the boys
Oh.
that went to Catholic school.
Yeah, no,
Hello.
it's just a different.
It was before
Different vibe.
I met you, but yes.
Right. So you got like Franciscan, you got Dominican. But anyway, he comes to a Franciscan community and they quickly were like, "Oh, you're Protestant, William? Like, do you want to convert? Let me show you and your crew how miracles work.
Oh.
Because miracles."
You can do those?
So the
Do you need magnets?
the head priest of this community was a guy named Friar Juan, who was absolutely fucking crazy.
Dude, that's the best Jedi name I've ever heard.
That's the name of a Chinese food
Friar One?
restaurant.
yeah.
For one.
Yeah. Oh, you're
That's fire
What
one
kind of
off.
restaurant?
You know, you
no,
got
no. Restaurant. You got to elaborate. What kind
a
of
Chinese
restaurant?
food restaurant because they're frying one off for you. You know,
Okay.
Like I need that hot egg
How many-
roll coming fast.
Is this a takeout or a dine-in?
I'm
Takeout.
talking about whatever's next to the Payless. Wherever you live,
Would
it might
Gordon
be
Ramsay
different.
be happy
A
here?
hole in the
No.
wall.
Yeah.
Would Gordon Ramsay be happy?
No, I
You
don't.
wouldn't be happy.
And it's where he
Ooh,
belongs.
that means
He
it's
doesn't
good.
deserve happiness.
That means it's good Chinese.
He's got the same
Gordon
menu
Ramsay
in
would
every
hate
single
it.
one.
Yeah.
Same kind of menu.
Yeah.
Happy family platter. All right,
So-
Travis,
You like
continue.
Juan?
So Friar Juan is like, all right, you English and Dutch Protestant boys, I'm going to show you a miracle. You got two choices because I'm a man of choices. I can either make the sun stand still. I can make time stop. Or
That's a big one.
I will walk on water.
I want to see that.
So, yeah.
I thought you were going to say, I can take my thumb off or pull a quarter from behind your ear.
Might as well be. So William's like,
Okay.
we're sailor boys. I've been on the water most of my life. Let's see you walk on water, buddy. Go ahead. Let's try
That's
this.
a Jesus thing.
Now William, obviously, he's not stupid. This guy's not a moron. He's just like, this is not going to work. But a large crowd of Japanese people from the surrounding area and William and all of his craftsmen, they show up on the shores of this lake, and all of a sudden, Friar Juan arrives.
Uh-oh.
And the rumor in the crowd is that Juan is a premium swimmer. He's a fucking great swimmer. So,
He's a sperm?
yeah, so William's getting a little nervous. He's like, all right, I don't know. Maybe this guy could tread water really well or something and make it look like he's walking on water. He's like, I don't want all these Japanese people to convert to Catholicism because I don't think he really cared. But anyway, Juan comes out. He's like, all right, for my first illusion, I will tread water.
He didn't call his own shit an illusion.
Well,
did he?
for my
If he's trying to
first
upsell?
miracle. My first miracle.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go, buddy.
My first miracle, I will walk on water. And he's like, wait a minute. And he goes off and he straps two large wooden crosses to his legs, to his feet. Sorry. So this smooth brain thought that he could walk on water kind of like you would snowshoes. Like you just put some wood on your feet and you could walk on water.
They'll work for like 2 seconds.
Travis William Lee. Travis William Lee, are you telling me that doesn't work?
I'm just going to say, I mean, maybe I've tried it, but with clams and knock up the bottom of my foot.
Every time I've seen a clam in the water, it's been at the bottom. So I don't know why you would start with clam.
You ever do that with pool noodles? Like try and like stand on them?
Yeah, good times doing that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hard.
Mike, you are the Friar Juan right now.
You should have had pool noodles.
Yeah, he should have had pool noodles.
Mikey Pools.
So Juan starts walking out into the water, just sloshing out there, and he's like, God, we'll do it. Like, this is a smart thing I'm doing. And he just kept walking until his head went underwater.
He's like, oh, fuck.
And the actual
Wait, what kind of wood did he use?
Well-
That doesn't sound like balsa.
Well, right, the wood actually was weighing him down because you put wood in water, it gets waterlogged and it's heavy, right? So
Yeah, he must have used some heavy shit.
Yeah,
then,
so-
if he's okay.
So
I see
he's
what's going
walking
on.
out of the water, and all of a sudden his head disappears. And eventually, after sucking down a few gulps of water, one of the crew members with William was like, all right, we got to fucking save this guy before he drowns because he's an idiot.
No.
So they go
No.
out there, they swim out there, grab this fucking Spanish friar out of the water and like flop him on shore. And he's like, oh, I'm dying. And obviously all the Japanese people are like, yeah, all right, great miracle, dude.
yeah.
You lied to us.
I just imagine they're very like obediently applauding, like golf clap, like
So Juan was so embarrassed, and William like came in the next day. He's like, "How you doing, man? You feeling better? That was a great miracle you did." He's like, "I'm gonna go back to Spain." He got so embarrassed, he just got on a ship and went back to Spain.
I don't blame him. I'd be fucking
90% of the world's problems is when a fucker doesn't know how to quit or when to quit. You know what I mean? That's 90%. If everyone knew when to fucking quit when they're ahead, there would be no poverty.
Oh yeah,
We'd be Gucci as shit.
I don't know if the no poverty thing would exactly fall into line, but it would be easier.
yeah.
There would be less greed, so we would be able to throw a bone to your
There
hobo.
would be a lot
bonobo.
less red mango closings in the United States.
That's also true, which I want.
Well, I sometimes I like a good failure. Travis, continue. Tell me more about Japan and an embarrassing
Podcast
poem.
is awesome.
Right. So that was just a little side story that I thought was hilarious from him building the ship. But eventually, William builds the ship for Tokugawa. And it turns out that Tokugawa and William are actually really tight. And it turned out that William could visit him in his court whenever he wanted, which was something that even the Jesuits weren't allowed. Like, you had to schedule a meeting to meet this guy. You had to go through all the fucking right things. William, he's like, hey, buddy, how you doing?
Nice.
I'm going to reiterate. Tokugawa, or depending on how honest you want the enunciation, Tokungawa, is a huge fucking Japanese name.
Oh, yeah.
You do not fuck with that family. It doesn't matter what year it is. If you fuck with that family, either a samurai or a lawyer will be after you shortly.
It's like the American Stallone.
Yeah. If you were like Bud,
I was going to say Kennedy. Is the right American version.
Cody,
of that.
I was saying a joke.
I'm being factual.
Yeah.
To our goddamn
Was
listeners.
it Tom
dude, it's
Stallone? Was the right term?
Yeah, we'll call him Stallone. We'll call it Japo Stallone.
Japo Stallone.
Go. That's fine, I guess.
Hey, it's not the other thing I said by accident last time. Continue.
Yeah, that was an accident, Tom.
Adams finishes the ship, and like I said, Tokugawa's amazed. It's like, Adams is like, oh, yeah, Toku, buddy. I'm so glad to do work with you. I kind of want to go back to England now because, like, I got a wife and kid, and, like, I just got to go back. Ball and chain, buddy.
I got to teach my 16-year-old daughter how to ride a bike. I have really been not there.
That shit's tricky. Fuck you.
Tokugawa's like, yeah, Tokugawa's like, no, I can't let you do that. You're not leaving Japan, dude, but I'm going to give you a bunch of gifts, so you're going to like to be here. So Tokugawa hooks him up with an estate called Hemi, just like the motor.
Fuck
Hemi.
the kids.
Nice.
Hemi? Himi.
Which is just south of, I think it's south of modern-day Tokyo. And he hooks William up with a bunch of slaves, because slavery was completely fine in Japan.
What year
As
is it? Was
1600s.
everywhere at this time.
Yeah. It's
Did he get a katana?
unfortunate.
Listen,
truth.
Shogun, I really like the land and the slaves. Very useful stuff. Can you please stop sending those green tea ice creams? I just don't have enough room in my freezer.
Those are good. Those are good.
They're
Shut up.
okay.
They're ungrateful.
And I don't have enough room, and I'm not always in the mood for one.
You bring great dishonor to our family.
Yeah, no, no offense, but I have lots of them.
Dishonorable.
And I have
Tokugawa-
shit tons of seaweed, so please, you can hold off on that too.
Tokugawa's like,
I like
you
Mori.
still want to leave? And Adams, who was a mere commoner in London. I mean, dirt, poor, gross, rats and fleas. Now he...
What were his parents again?
What's that?
What class or occupation did his
I
parents
don't
have?
think that... I don't think that they were.
Common
I don't
shit?
think that they were like street urchins, but just above that.
Maybe like cobbler folk?
Yeah. I mean, he apprenticeshipped in the
Smith?
Limehouse, but like I don't think he was that well off. But he was a commoner in London. But
So,
now,
low middle of the road.
yeah. But now he had more power and wealth than most lords in England. Like at this time in England, in like Jacobean times, like you'd be hard pressed to find like a lord with enough power where they had like this many servants and this much land.
Because it gets diluted by this point,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Interesting.
So Williams is kind of like, I kind of still want to go back to London. I don't know. I like them fish and chips. You guys always
I was gonna
leave
say.
them raw.
Wife and kid, too.
I was going to say you beat me to the joke, but only because you wrote the episode.
Right. He's out there watching them deep fry the shrimp, and he's like, it's not the fish. It's not the fish.
Oh, Japanese tempura up shrimp all the time.
No, it's fine. I love Japanese cuisine more than anything.
It's tempura.
Besi-
It's tempura.
Look, there's nothing I dislike about the food, except for that I'm hungry within minutes after eating $70
Then you
worth
eat
of
more
food.
food. That's the beauty
Cody.
of it. You get to eat more off of a potentially naked
Cody,
lady.
I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm disgracing your culture with my mere observations.
White
Fucking
devil.
Yeah, Cody. Cody, can you
fucking
hook
hate
me
you.
up with your family's General Tso's recipe? I really would love.
Travis,
Classic.
when you come to Hawaii, you and your girlfriend come to Hawaii, we'll eat sushi off a naked lady.
Oh, okay, cool. I like that.
Wait, I'm not. You can't eat it off me though. I didn't give you permission.
You're not a naked lady.
Maybe I will be.
You're a male never nude.
So Tokugawa's like, all right, you know what? You still want to go back to England? Fine. I'm going to make you a hatamoto,
Oh.
which a Hatamoto. He handed him a katana. He was like,
Oh, I knew it. Sick.
yeah,
Called it.
Fuck you.
you are a Hatamoto. And you see, a Hatamoto is the same class as the samurai.
That's fucking
A
dope.
lesser, basically a samurai is just a warrior version of a lesser lord. They own their own estate. They own people. They own
They
slaves.
wreck
Like,
shit.
Question. Why is it called something different if it's equal?
Because
He's a white dude.
the samurai refers to just the warrior class, and there were other Hatamotos that, like, of economics and, like, of... So he's, like, their naval guy.
It's like
right?
being a
So-
doctor of reading.
Right. So it's kind of like if you go to England and, like, you get knighted, but you don't have to, like, wear a suit of armor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like...
Okay.
I see what you're
David
saying.
Attenborough never put on a fucking suit of armor and fought someone.
He has never once
I got
chopped
you.
someone's
I
skull
got
in
you.
half. That guy's a pussy.
Yeah, well, he's
But they
still
still
a
make
knight.
him a knight. But you know why?
Who'd you
Because the
say?
queen, the current queen is a pussy. Okay, she's just knighting everyone. Oh, you wrote a song called "She Loves You," then you're a goddamn knight. Okay,
Yeah.
you used to have to
Kill
crack a
people.
few knees before you got to knighthood. Okay,
Mike, who top 3 people you'd knight right fucking now? Go.
Johnny Sins, Kieran Lee,
Good. Whoa, sensing a
Elon
pattern.
Musk.
all right, that's
Wow,
good.
that pattern. That's a good pattern. That's a good pattern.
And there's one hole there. I believe Kieran Lee is already knighted, but
Oh, he is?
he might be. But it's okay. Your
Yeah,
heart's in the
British
right
accent,
place.
You know, you never know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I
Continue
I like
the
that.
show.
Good answers, Mike.
Thanks.
So William's like, now we're talking. I'm a samurai. Hell
Samurai.
yeah.
Samurai.
He's still a little homesick, to be honest. But he's like, all right, I guess I'm here. I guess I'm turning Japanese and not just beating off. Isn't that what that song's about? You're just beating off.
Oh,
Really? Is
can we
that what it's
play a
really
little bit of
about?
that, Zwick?
Damn.
Zwick, play a little bit of that.
Backwards.
Thank you.
That's a fucked up song then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm turning Japanese, which means I'm arriving to an orgasm as a male.
So
Damn, I thought you just
well-
like Japanese food. Fuck.
Yeah, I
So-
tell my mom I'm turning Japanese in the bathroom for the next half hour.
Oh, I get it.
oh,
You told your mom that. All right, continue the show,
Jesus
Travis, please. We're having too many tangents right now. I want to hear more
Well,
story.
So William took a Japanese name. His name was Enjin-sama, which is Mr. Pilot.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, he learned the language. He started to wear kimonos. He even got himself
Sexy.
a hot Japanese wife.
Oh, fuck that
Oh,
English
Yuki.
broad.
Oh, Yuki.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, Yuki.
Oh, Yuki.
So now there were 2 Mrs. Adams. There was a Yuki Adams and Mary Adams.
UK.
Oh, you'd say it's starting to become a family.
Yeah, UK Adams and Yuki Adams.
Yeah, give them separate. Taxes.
Oh, well, let's see this.
The ultimate
It's-
joke.
it's a
Thank you,
tax
Mike.
thing. It's always a tax thing with keeping your wife separate.
You're in the wrong bracket.
Oh.
So
let me-
eight long years later, 8 years of him just being a Japanese guy running this estate. The Dutch are like, oh, dude, you remember that voyage we sent to Japan? You think any of them made it? I don't know. Should we go check?
Nah.
So they send out another ship, and it was led by this guy named Jacques Spex, which I think has the coolest ass name. It's SPECX.
You said something that wasn't a letter. Do it again.
SPECX.
Okay.
That's an evil genius name. You don't trust that fucker.
Yeah,
That fucker's turning coat the second he gets a chance.
So this guy was the representative of the Dutch East Indian Company.
Uh-oh.
And he was like, all right, like, we know Adams, like, he showed up and he heard about that this guy Adams was still here. Like, he didn't really know who he was because he wasn't anyone super important. He was just a pilot of a ship. But he's like, I got to get in with this dude because he's in with Tokugawa. And he's like the right-hand man to the most important person in Japan.
Yeah.
So Specs was completely shocked at how weebed out Adams had become and just like chilling with the shogun, eating his sushi.
Nice.
His what?
Sushi.
Okay.
Now, William had no clue. He had been completely cut off for 8 years from the outside world, besides some Portuguese that weren't telling him dick. But he had no idea that the English had now been poking their dicks around Southeast Asia. So they were actually pretty close to where he was. And when he found out through Specs that they were down in Java, in Bantam, Java, he's like, dude, send a letter to my wife just to know that I'm all right. And also, she's got to get a bad dragon because these Asian chicks are crazy.
Oh.
They like shoving shit inside of them.
They're squirty.
Get it.
It's like, yeah, like, oh yeah, send a letter to my wife. It's like, oh, I saw your wife before she left. She gained a few pounds. All right, don't send a letter to my wife. It's fine.
So, Travis, sorry, Tom.
No, just being totally fine with. All right, yeah, I thought that might happen. That's
So, Travis, I have a question I want to propose to you right now.
yeah.
I feel, how many episodes do we have out right now? Like $160?
I think it's 170.
It's over 12.
170. Over 12 by the time this episode comes out, we can say with all certainty. How many episodes do you think we would have less without the English interfering? Because I feel like that's a base route in about 4 out of 10 episodes we do.
Oh, like the English government, you're saying? Or?
Just the English nation interfering, because like the metaphor I like to use, and I know you're a fan of, is the British dick stirring up the colonial chili pot.
Oh, yeah. You coined that in the Mother Teresa episode.
Thank you you
Yes.
do like that
I do love
terminology.
it.
So
They love
would you
to stick their uncircumcised dongs in places that shouldn't be.
So are you saying the uncircumcised British dong is stirring the Japanese chili pot right now?
Well, right now they gave up. Remember, they went out, they tried to do their Russian route, and they just kind of gave out, like, above Russia.
I'm glad I asked for clarification.
So they had given up on reaching Japan, but they were out in Southeast Asia. Where you're from, Cody.
Oh, thank you. But
So,
honestly, like 40% of our episodes can be attributed to British chili cock stirring, right?
Well, right. So Adams is about to be like, "Yo,
Knew it.
England, you got to bring your fucking firm, hooded dick out to Asia." So in
Your
his
spotted
letter, he writes to his wife. He also tells England, he's like, "You guys got to come to Japan. There's great trading partners. Love the food. It's good, I guess. They don't fry everything, but you're gonna love it." So the letter reaches.
That's so reassuring.
Yeah.
Not everything's fried. You'll survive. And the Englishman is just like,
So the letter eventually is received back in England, and King James himself read it. It was like, all right, dude, we're setting up a trading outpost in Japan. So he sends out the East Indian Company, who is a major part of America, East Indian Company and Indian.
yep.
Stuff. They've been around for a while. So they send out a party to meet up with Adams. And they're like, all right, dude, we're going to go Japan. England goes to Japan. We're going to see them monkeys. We're going to go to Mount Fuji. We're going to get the
Sick.
sushi on the conveyor belt. We're doing all that shit. Get the head.
Can we ride the maglev?
The hentai.
Yeah. So the voyage was headed out by this dude named Captain John Saris. Now, Saris was a very interesting guy. He was a disciplinarian, and he had a massive collection of porn that he proudly displayed in his cabin.
Oh, so
Is that not normal?
Do you mean this is the government name for Captain Stabbin?
Oh, yeah. Official Captain Stabbin, dude.
You're too young.
CaptainStabbin.gov.
Yeah.
Oh boy, what a
Now-
Stabbing.
Now, of
Don't
course,
know.
this voyage was very harrowing, just like Adams, but for the sake of time, they make it to Japan. Most of the crew gets syphilis down
Oh,
in
yeah.
Java, what?
JavaScript.
Or what they
Yeah.
call the French disease.
the French disease.
How many French are in the Pacific is my next question.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah, suck my blue.
Yeah, so you want,
Why is it blue?
Yeah. Hey, do you have syphilis?
Yes.
Wee. You know.
Insanity. Whee!
I had to throw in a red herring of a racist joke, I suppose.
No, I actually endorse that 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Good time.
they like onions. But anyway, and garlic. Before meeting William, Saris, he makes it all the way to Japan, and Saris is welcomed into Japan by a lovely party hosted by none other than our Lord of Bungo. And it was complete with Yata geishas.
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 You like those, Mike?
You know what geishas is?
What's a
Mike,
geisha?
what's a geisha?
Face?
What's a geisha, Mike?
You know this one. Come on, think.
Come on.
Yeah.
Channel your inner weeb.
Geisha?
Yeah, what's a geisha?
They got a bunch of food.
Wow, Mike,
Yes.
you are
Keep going.
You are
Mike,
so
no,
high
shut up.
right
Keep
now.
going. Keep going, Mike.
A
What you
platter,
got?
a
What kind of
platter of
food?
food.
It's a platter.
What
of food.
kind of food?
Sushi?
Okay,
I
I'm
don't know. It's
Cody. I don't like
What's
this
the
anymore.
sushi? No,
I'm actually concerned.
What's
He
the
has to drive
sushi
home.
wrapped? No. What's the sushi wrapped in?
Seaweed rice.
And you got the ranch. You got the ranch dipping sauce, of
Ugh,
course, right?
no, ranch.
Okay. Hold on. I'm cutting this off.
What
This is
condiment you
ridiculous.
got, Mike?
Stop
I thought
it,
was-
Cody.
I thought it was
Stop
spicy
this.
mustard.
Stop
kind of
torturing him.
Spicy
It's a
mustard.
woman. It's a woman, Mike.
Spicy
the dirty
mustard.
whore.
It's a dirty whore with a white pie face
Sorry.
who wears a bathrobe and's got feet like giraffes. Okay?
Yeah,
This is for
but
Tom Cruise, the fucking handle.
This is, they
Yeah.
put chopsticks in their hair. They go bing bong.
Wow.
oh boy. So the white face didn't weird out the crew of Cyrus's crew, but they were really weirded out, and I feel like you don't see this in modern representations of geisha by the fact that there was a custom for women to paint their teeth black.
Was
So
it a
they'd
bird
smile.
too?
They all
Salt
want to.
black.
They all want to look like David Lynch. You know, that hot piece of ass.
yeah.
Did not know that one, Travis. That's
Wasn't there makeup bird shit, right?
Maybe.
The white powder?
I don't know.
You still think
Well,
it's
Mike-
a bucket of chicken.
You
You're like, it's
thought it was
food,
food, dude.
It's a value.
Now it's
value.
ringing bells. Now
They got-
my hentai is coming back to me.
The first drive-through.
Mike, if you had to somehow pigment your face a few shades whiter, would you reach for bird shit or something else?
If I was in Japan back then, probably.
Holy bird.
Okay, bird shit it is. Bird, yeah.
Right.
No
That white bird or white dog
no
shit.
chalk, no chalk, no flower
Ew,
exists
white
in Mike's
dog
reality.
shit. Ugh.
You ever seen
Dude.
albino dog shit?
You gotta get into character.
He's out of him like a goddamn cake squeeze or
It's
whatever
like
they call
finding a
those
holy
things.
grail.
So anyway, the crew realizes, all right, they might have black teeth, but it's still a good
That's
hole
hot.
to put it in.
Yeah.
That's cool. So
Good
Cyrus
holes
had
to
a
put
good
it in.
time showing the girls his porn collection. Of course, there was a lot of nasty shit that happened that night. Probably fun things.
Probably a lot of rape.
But anyway, it had been 13 years.
We're moving on.
Yeah, we're
Use your
moving on,
imagination. Use your
Use your
goddamn
imagination.
pea-brained imaginations.
So
Let's be
it had
honest.
been
That's probably what happened.
Enemas? What?
It had
Yeah.
been 13 years since Adams had met another Englishman, and he was excited to meet his fellow countrymen. But when he actually finally met Cyrus and his rowdy crew of drunken, loud sailors, he had completely Japaneseified. He was like, these dudes
Is that
stink.
the word?
Yeah, these dudes stink. They're yelling all the time. They're too loud. Shut the fuck up. Eat your sushi. Go home.
Yeah, I'd feel the same way.
Yeah, me too.
I was here
Oh.
first, you loudmouth prick.
Look at these cunts.
Get
Yeah.
out of here. Yeah, right.
You know,
Well,
That's proper British talk right there.
that is
Mhm.
that's actually PG-13
Yeah.
language.
The-
in
The
The UK.
the
UK,
Nihon folk of antiquity would call Europeans round eyes. How do you feel about that, Mike?
It's accurate.
Some Japanese
It's
school
accurate,
kid
right?
just
Yeah,
is
called
it
it
accurate?
round eye.
I wish more people were as honest as you. Imagine like a white guy being like, "I am so taken aback right now." Like how little testosterone that person has to be like, "Round eyes."
Oh my God.
How dare you?
I have to look at that every day.
I see in 360s.
All right, take it.
Is it true that Chinese people have slanted eyes because of the wind?
Yeah,
I actually think so, Mike. As a half Asian
Yeah.
person
it's
myself,
wind. And
that is
dust.
called a mongoloid fold. That is called a mongoloid fold, Mike. So you can be
and
so-
here we go.
A little-
Give a nice
little
mongoloid
bit-
fold. I see. lady.
You just named my new book I've been writing.
I thought I named your new music.
Mongoloid
Venture.
fold. Yeah, God damn it, get me back in here. I'm changing all my lyrics to Japanese shit.
Dude, baby metal is super hot.
I mean, they're young, but we have fun.
You know they rotate them out.
Seppuku. That's the name of your band.
Soapy Pikachu is how you pronounce that.
Soapy
Mike.
Pikachu.
Soapy Pikachu.
That's a fun way to make suicide sound
Yep,
brighter.
Soapy Pikachu.
I'm with it.
Yeah, so we were just talking about Captain Cyrus coming in, and he's like, Adams is Japaneseified.
It's not the right
So-
word.
I don't know. What do you else do you call that?
Enlighten.
You know what? Let's go with
That-
Japaneseified.
Go with that.
Enlighten, Travis. Come on.
Yeah, so
Grace.
Captain Cyrus looked at Adams' reaction, his whole emotions held back and everything. He's like, this guy's an arrogant fuck, an arrogant cunt. Right, Mike?
Yes. Cunt.
Fucking cunt. And he believed that Adams was actually, because remember, Adams worked with the Dutch originally to come to Japan. So Cyrus accused Adams that he was working with the Dutch and for the Dutch's best interest rather than England's home country.
Wow.
But
Ooh,
again,
slut.
Cyrus still had to play ball with Adams to get favor with Tokugawa. So what she did, he's like, all right, I'm fine, whatever. And eventually Tokugawa allowed the English to set up a trading outpost in Hirado, which is like South Japan. It's right at the bottom where all the islands start. And Adams helped the English team set up a warehouse, but he refused to stay with his English folk, instead staying with a Japanese friend instead, because he's like, I don't really want to associate myself with these drunken Englishmen anymore.
Dude, like, he's been in Japan so long. He's like Madonna. He's like, I barely even speak your language anymore. I speak with an English accent. You know how she did that whole thing when she married Guy Ritchie?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm like basically Japanese now. Like, I don't even know how you people snore. You might offend me.
It's weird.
Yeah, like,
honestly,
fish and chips isn't as good as I thought it was. I'm really into this
baller.
fucking,
Raw fish.
pasty raw fish thing. That's what I do.
And also, it didn't help that these English sailors were banging everything in sight. And they, on one occasion, they went on a drunken bender and defaced a Buddha at a local shrine, nearly getting beheaded. But Adams was like, they don't really know. They thought it was just a fat guy statue, and it was funny.
He is fun.
Don't cut their heads off, please.
How many? I challenge the lot of you and listeners at home to name a fat guy statue that isn't Buddha.
Oh,
Go.
Churchill
If they
doesn't
made
say
a statue, if they made
what
a
about
statue
in
of Chris
India?
Christie.
Those fucking fat dudes.
that's Buddha.
That's Buddha.
That is
Same
that's,
shit?
That's
Oh.
actually, yeah.
Did Mike really just do that?
He did it. Leave him alone.
Is everyone recording? Is everyone recording?
Same shit, right?
That's the same
Yeah,
thing.
well,
Mike.
also there's
we're
Ganesh,
good.
who's the big fat guy with an elephant head. But
Well,
all right, let's
elephants
move
are
along.
supposed to be big.
they're
Moving along.
Mike, I love you. I love you, Mike.
four of the seven dwarves are overweight,
That's
and there's
true.
plenty of statues of those little creeps all over the place.
So Adams was like, now I can finally go home, right? He could go home with Cyrus, right? So Cyrus is like, I'm going to go back to England. I'm leaving a small group of Englishmen to run this warehouse. But at this point, did Adams want to go home? He's got this hot Japanese wife.
It's been like 20
I'm
years.
assuming
too.
it's hot. Yeah, he's been there, 13 years now.
Almost
Dude,
20.
there's no way she isn't hot.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Nothing against lovely English ladies, but if you're married to one for a while and you're trying to change shit up and you've been fucking starfish and I'm sorry, I don't. Where was the place in Africa with the massive hanging titties?
Cape Lopez.
Cape Lopez, right? You're out in Cape Lopez.
You know
It's just
that.
like, and you get this piece of Japanese ass, and you've never seen a body like that before. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
Even if she's the
Karate
ugliest
body.
woman in Japan, it's exotic. It's fun. It's yours.
It's new, exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
So Adams is like, do I want to go home? And also, if he went home, he'd have to go home with Cyrus, and it would be like a year on a boat with this dude that fucking sucked and like collected porn like me.
Yeah, Travis, but like I would take a trip with
Well,
you. I
yeah,
wouldn't want
you
to see
smell
your
great.
pornography collection because I know what you do with it.
Oh, well, let's say there's moisture damage on some of them.
Oh, that's semen talk.
Well,
See how I tie that back to the sea?
Yeah.
That's why they're all sticky.
So Adams made a deal. He's like, all right, the British East India Company, I will be your chief representative in Japan, thus making a handsome salary on top of the heaps of money he was making
Sheesh.
off his Japanese estate. And he would also ensure that the English Miss Adams got some money back in London, which he had to fight for.
all right.
But she got eventually.
All right, good for her. Well, sometimes we need to exercise a little, you know?
Yeah, throw a bone.
So Cyrus leaves back for England, and interestingly enough, when he returned back to London, his porn collection was discovered by the East India Company, and they are like, you're a representative of our company, and you're keeping all this fucking smut in your cabin. So they forced him to dump it all in a bonfire while he watched it burn.
No, that's hard back then, too, to collect that shit, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
like-
dude. You know it, Mike.
That's years of collecting it. They didn't have Pornhub.
You know, like,
Yeah, around the world, dude.
Damn.
you ever hear a Gen Xer talk about how hard it was to watch pornography? And they're like, you guys had the internet.
Nope.
It's like,
Yeah.
you guys had full color print. Imagine
Sears
what
catalog.
poor Soros feels.
He had
He's like,
Irish-
I had to get these drawings commissioned for millions of pound.
Fuck.
This is a double anal, sir.
This is many
How can I get
pennies.
another double anal?
This is a dog
Honestly,
lady.
gentlemen, this is another burning of Alexandria, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you all to realize that before you continue laughing.
Absolutely, dude. This is a tragic event. This is like 9/11 times 2, but
All
for
right,
porn.
well, come on, we're
Yeah,
a
it's
disgusting podcast.
1822.
We're a disgusting podcast. We're not a disrespectful one.
That was not disrespectful. I said for porn. Asterisk.
All right, okay, fair enough.
Okay. So back
Wow.
in Japan, Adams is like, hey, English cunts, you guys good with this warehouse? All right, cool. I'm going to go back being a samurai because I'm fucking sweet. And I'm going to go back and bang my hot wife back at Hemi. So you guys, have fun. And if someone down there claims to have my child, it's not mine. Wink, it probably is mine.
Who cares? They're going to be dirt poor.
I like to
anyway.
imagine he winked with his anus.
Oh, yeah, he did a little squeeze.
Little flex.
So the English,
You know it.
the English Trading Post was run by this dude. Wait for this, Richard Cox,
Good.
Dick Cox.
I don't see
Why
any,
not?
I don't see any jokes there. I see a
Let's
man of
toast to a
strength.
dick real quick.
I see him. Yeah.
Toast to dick.
yeah, toast.
Yeah.
Mike, grab a beer.
My
Toast
dad.
to dicks. Dicks worldwide.
Yeah, Dick. Here's big
Yeah.
old Dick.
So Dick Cox was running the English Trading Post. Now this dude was very strange. He really liked to garden. He was like a big gardener. Which is
got a
weird.
green
He
boner.
also
There's Dick.
He
Blunt.
also bred goldfish that all of the lords of Japan wanted. And he liked to get cucked by the local geisha, who he had this one woman who was like, he was paying her for like sex and companionship, but she was banging most of the other British people that worked at the
Oh.
warehouse.
That sucks.
Japanese have such a weird visage on what a relationship can be.
Oh, yeah.
I'll end it there before I get racist. Tom, you were going to say something?
No, not really. I just I'm jealous. That's all. The choices that they're able to
Yeah.
make. I'm jealous.
Goldfish.
Goldfish and geishas.
Goldfish.
So if you really want to learn more about this British outpost, I'd recommend picking up the book I read, Samurai Williams by Giles Milton. They go into detail about this English outpost, and it's really fucking crazy. Just lots of money, lots of girls, booze. They basically run this shit into the ground. They're like, we're never going to see English people again, and we have a lot of money in this strange world.
Right. It's not like they're going to invent some kind of weird device that people could like fly here on. They'll have to Right. do what we did. Then no one's
Yeah.
going to do that. Nobody's as crazy as us, bro.
Not for a while.
That's insane.
So back to Adams. Adams and his hot wife squirted out 2 children, Joseph and Susanna.
Okay, cool names.
And just like Adams' English family, Adams was scarcely around his estate of Hemi. He was off doing crazy shit with Tokugawa. He's like, all right, I had kids. Cool, I'm gonna leave and go
being
do
a
shit.
samurai.
Bye.
Yeah, boring. He's a paper pusher samurai.
He's
you know?
putting out
Really?
candles with his blade.
Well, he's building
Fuck
ships.
you, Mike. That's an anime.
He's
Yeah.
he's
So,
signing
wait a minute.
documents with his ink-tipped quill pen that he has in a sheath for some reason. It's really
it's faster
sad.
when you pull it out. That's why they do that.
What?
It's really sad. It's worse
What
than
are
a trench coat.
samurai duties at this point in time, Travis?
So, I mean, if you're a real samurai, your duty is to your lord and to
Kill the
Protecting
Imperials.
the
protect
feudal-
your lord, right? But
and the
I mean-
feudal lands.
so he is this, like, it's interesting because in this book it's Samurai Williams, and he is a samurai. He's part of the same class, but he doesn't have to do the martial duties that a normal samurai would have to do.
Oh, so
like, yeah,
he's
badass.
like the prep school kid that skipped a grade.
Well, right, he's building their, I guess he would be like a naval samurai because he's like building their ships, right?
That sounds
he's
sexy
not
as fuck.
he's not fighting in these wars.
Naval samurai.
So he's also crazy aloof to his now employer, the East India Company. Richard Cox again also came after him, being like, "Oh, you're working for the Dutch, aren't you?" He's like, "No, I'm working for the guy in Japan that is housing me. Fuck
Right.
off."
his landlord.
Now, supplies were getting really low in this English outpost, and they weren't really like collecting anything to sell. So he's like, all right, I will go to Siam for you, because what's happening right now is you have this outpost in Japan, but you don't have any other outposts to connect you to goods. So I'm going to go to Siam, which is Thailand, and I'm going to set up a English outpost there for you so we can connect goods to Japan so you can sell.
Really?
goods.
Siam is Thailand.
Yes.
Didn't know.
So Adam sets out into the China Sea in 1614 on his ship, great named Sea Adventurer.
I like that.
Oh no, that's the fucking third course in a putt golf business. The Sea Adventure, and there's a whale and a starfish, and it's a par 2.
Cody, it's definitely sad. It shows the lack of creativity among samurai.
I like it.
Which a huge
Fuck
flaw
you.
in samurais. They
think
are
it's a
just
nice
not
name.
creative. They are fast.
Piss
They
off.
they can peel an orange with one hand, but they're not that creative.
Oh my
I think it's a good
god.
name.
So the Sea Adventurer gets slammed by a storm out in the Chinese Sea, and they had to pull ashore in Okinawa. And they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna go back to Japan because this is a wash." And when they returned, they realized that shit was really hitting the fan in Japan.
The
Tokugawa was
Oh.
fan in Japan. Tokugawa was sick and tired of all these Christian feudal lords that were fucking with him, because at this point there was like a bunch of feudal lords that were just straight up Christian, right? Like,
They're being fecal lords.
yeah, fecal lord.
Ooh. Daddy like.
So he declared that all Christians must leave Japan or die. And when he said Christians, he just meant annoying Portuguese and Spanish Catholics. He kind of turned a blind eye to the Protestant, Dutch, and English. He's like, actually, with the English, he was like, as long as you don't fly the St. George flag, which is a cross, you're good. So they had to pull the St. George flag down. And they're like, you're fine.
Right, which is like, when you're watching a Kevin Hart comedy special and he says something about white people.
Oh.
I'm assuming he's not talking about me. That's why I laugh. I'm like, I'm nothing like that. I can't relate to what he's saying. I can get down with that.
Wait, is this during the Meiji era in Japanese
No.
history? Is it
No, the
before then?
Meiji era is like
Why
the
would you
1800s.
think
Uh,
that?
He's asking
I was
questions,
gonna
Cody.
ask-
Leave him
The
alone.
Meiji
He's
era is
educated.
the era of the non-samurai. Why would you think this is
You
the
don't
Meiji
know
era?
that.
I think of Tom Cruise.
He's learning.
Right.
Stop picking on him for learning, Cody.
I was
That's
thinking about
rude.
Is he?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, well, no, this isn't Tom Cruise. He's not stepped on a couch for aliens.
Mike, the Meiji era is when the gun came to Japan. We don't
Well-
have samurai when there's
Well,
guns.
Cody,
They had
no,
good
Cody,
samurais
no,
then.
Cody. There's actually guns right now. That was the whole reason why
Yeah.
the Portuguese showed up.
All right.
But anyway, so learn, Cody. Stop abusing Mike.
You don't tell me what to do.
I need
So,
help.
all right,
Don't Don't tread on me.
shit is hitting the fan. There's this massive battle called the Siege of Okinawa Castle, and basically there was a Christian lord called Hideyori, and he led a 3-day cannon bombardment of the castle with little impact. This was really strange because Hideyori's troops had those iconic, like, long banner Japanese things. You know that, like, it's the flag that they put on their back.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. The samurai banner.
Right, but it had all this Christian iconography on it. So, like, the
that's
Holy
weird.
Cross and, like, St.
No.
James, who was the
You're
protectorate of Spain.
confused. That's wrong.
That's like
Don't do.
when you look at a minivan, you go, all right, that is what it is. And then you look behind it, it has a bumper sticker that says, who saved who? And you go, wow, it's really a stretch.
That's deep.
Really,
Yes.
please.
It's like a CRV with chrome rims.
Yeah.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
So here we go. These two, the Christian samurais and the Japanese samurais, duking it out. Hideyori's troops are able to take the castle, but this was actually a trick from Tokugawa because he pulled all of his troops out of the castle and blew a hole in the back defense of the castle. So it was like basically like, oh, come on in. And it was like a bowl. So all these guys came in, and then Tokugawa's troops rushed in, and it was a bloodbath. Thousands of samurais fought on the ramparts. And eventually Tokugawa was able to overpower Hidori's troops. And just before Hidori and his Christian officers saw the troops coming in, they committed seppuku in
Soapy Pikachu?
Yeah, disemboweling themselves before being captured, which is very Christian of them. I would think, right? Jesus likes that.
Nope.
I thought it was against yourself.
Jesus
to
hates
kill
suicide.
yourself.
Well, maybe they didn't understand the rules so much. I mean, Jesus, in a lot of ways,
Well,
committed suicide
That's true.
because he was like, sure, I'll die for your sins, but, I do miracles. I could just shoot you.
Yeah,
You know,
his laser
like,
Christ.
Yeah. So look, all I'm saying is that you said they're in a bowl right now. This is trap thing. It's just a bowl of on. Okay.
Yeah.
Dip your hand
Can
in
you
it.
eat
Do the
soup
sign
out
of the
of it?
crucifix as you walk down the aisle. Give the waiter your order. Catch the shrimp in your mouth, and then go home before the Sunday game.
Yeah.
I want some
Right?
Japanese
I
food.
like this.
If that wasn't
That's a game
confusing, then what are we doing here? This is a lot of fun.
So at the end of the battle, there were 100,000 corpses
Sheesh.
littering the castle, and the surrounding area. That is a massive fucking battle.
That sounds like a made-up number.
No, I'm sure Williams is out there
100,000.
counting everything.
That's
Every
a whole lot
one
of
them.
people.
Yeah.
So Tokugawa won the day, and he suppressed the Christians. But the one thing he could not beat: stomach cancer.
Uh-oh. That always got you.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Adam's protectorate died, and his son Hidetada.
He sounds like a figurine that belongs in a Christmas basket. Continue.
Hidetada was even less tolerant towards Christians and foreigners, although he did respect his dad's homie, Adams, and renewed his samurai status.
Hey.
Now, Adams did another mission to Siam, this time succeeding, bringing a bunch of wood back to the English outpost.
What?
But Hidedada's persecution, I guess you'd call it. There's actually a period called the persecution of Christians in Japan.
Dude.
And there's a lot of art and shit of it where people are being crucified and stuff like that. But this is this period.
Interesting.
You know, the Christians use that word too frequently.
Mhm.
Persecuting.
Which word?
Oh, we were persecuted by the Romans. Yeah. It's like, were you? Were you even? Didn't you spend a lot of your time during the 1600s just persecuting other people?
Yeah,
Why
you
are
guys need to
you
talk
always
to the-
using that word?
Yeah, you guys need to talk to the Jews, dog.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah.
And you know what? And they're finally taking their revenge with this whole space laser thing, which I'm totally on board with. I am pro
George
space
Soros.
laser.
Space
this is not,
laser?
if it's a conspiracy theory, then I don't lose anything. But if it's real, go for it
I'd love to go to space.
with a laser.
What would
That's
you
even,
do?
That's even better.
Nice.
Yeah, would you bang in space, Mike?
If I could, yeah.
Mike,
course you
cum
would.
goes everywhere in space. Did you really think this out?
You just get a napkin.
Look, Mike,
Probably just floating in the air. It's all right, scoop.
For
Yeah, it's
safety
probably easier,
reasons-
dude. You get stuck to your belly and shit.
Yeah, you just
Wait, why are you using a napkin to scoop?
or I could just shoot out into space into the vat, right?
When is she? Yeah,
For-
come
for-
outside the airlock.
I could
Mike.
just kind of contain it, not really touch it. I guess kind of touch the edges, kind of just shimmy it out the door.
well, you and your
Make it
fellow
into, like-
astronaut, you have to make it clear. It's like, listen, I have to come to completion inside, and he'll be like, "All right, dude, you can shoot a load in my ass. I don't give a shit."
Yeah, let me get that toothpaste.
Zero gravity. It'll come right off.
So
That's how hente's made.
yeah, that is how hentai
Very
is
good.
made, and Tokugawa's son is all about trying to make more hentai, and you can't have Catholics around if there's hentais. So
It's tricky.
he's like, you guys got to all get out. I'm not done with you. So in 1619, Tokugawa's son went around beheading on a priest beheading rampage.
Sheesh.
So it wasn't just priests. Hayatada would send out his samurai boys and go out to Christian communities, wrangle up all the villagers, and burn them alive. And of course, when you start burning and beheading Christians, martyrdom and all that shit just fuels the flames. So you had these weird Christian outposts in the woods in Japan. And the Jesuits blamed solely William Adams, our boy. He's he's the one that's coming after us.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have a finger. You gotta have a long finger.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, but even Adams was even like, damn, dude, you gotta fucking chill. Because most of the churches that were built in Japan had been knocked to the ground and pagodas put up in their place. And Adams was kind of like, all right, you're leaving the Protestants alone, but this is a little much, dude.
Yeah. Shout
So-
out to second wave black metal in Norway.
Would you guys ask me the question?
oh shit, Mike, you do it.
How's it die?
How's it not? Well, after Adams returned back from his second voyage to Siam, he contracted a little bit of the old mosquito poopy can't breathe virus,
Uh-oh.
malaria.
Zika.
Yeah, you got a small brain.
Yeah. He got
Sad.
malaria. And unfortunately,
Malaria?
a few years before he actually went on this trip, he had fallen off of his horse because he was looking at a bird.
Oh, that's a sexy bird.
Oh,
He's like, "Oh, dude, I like that bird," and he fell off the horse, and it had weakened his bones, made him more susceptible to infection. And at the age
goddamn
of
bird.
55,
That's
on
young.
May 16th, 1620, Samurai
Wow.
Williams kicked the bucket.
What an idiot.
Fuck. Well,
Now, I do have a little bit of postmortem, but what do you guys think about our boy? Is he a dumb boy or is he a nice man?
He's a nice man.
he's a weeb.
I think he was kind of cool. He's all right.
Yeah,
Except for abandoning your kids. That was kind of lame.
But that's what men did back then.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
normal.
you made your seed exist, and you go, good luck, good luck.
Life's
I hope
not
you
easy.
become I hope you become a vaudeville success.
they probably,
Yeah,
hey,
as soon as you cut the cord, it's Godspeed.
can't wipe your ass forever. That's what they say.
Yeah. In fact,
That's true.
won't even
Yeah,
do
Mike,
it
you,
when you
know
need it.
all about this.
Might as well get a head start.
Yeah, Travis, I would say that this has been an interesting storytelling adventure for a roast mortem episode.
Very.
I think that we covered a lot of ground, more so than a lot of episodes do.
Yeah, well, I just found it, and again, I think you should really pick up the book, Samurai Williams. I'm not trying to sell it, but it's a really interesting, quick read, and it's really. I thought it was super crazy that like the weeb culture that Westerners have has existed since Marco Polo, and this was like,
Huh.
this was our guy that was like the first ultimate otaku that moves to teach English in Japan, and then tells you how Western society is all wrong. And he moves
Yes.
back to Michigan.
And
You like body pillows?
Yes.
I just want to remind everyone too, with this whole like, there's no, you can't look anywhere in American media anymore without seeing something like Weeb related.
Yeah.
All these
Uh-huh.
SoundCloud rappers, they're all kinds of into Avatar and whatever. That's
Anime,
fine.
yeah.
It's great.
Right.
My
Yeah.
favorite
And-
anime, Avatar.
Yes.
I love that one.
That's a good one.
which is I
Real
think that's
good.
an American one that's stylized. So you get the point. But what I want to point out is that with every action like that, there is an equal reaction somewhere else in the earth, and that would be in Japan. And I find it fascinating. Pompadours that I see, the Elvis love that happens
yeah.
in Japan, the leather jackets, the amount of Murphy's pomade these guys buy to make blimp like haircuts.
So good.
They will always be smoking a cigarette just in case someone's taking a picture of them, and it's all because they like the American culture thing. So
Do you know?
bravo.
Do you know in most places in Japan it's illegal to smoke a cigarette and walk?
Really?
You can smoke a
Japan-
cigarette anywhere, pretty much, even inside in a lot of places in Japan still. But if you're smoking and walking down the street, you can get arrested.
I think we should.
They don't like
I
the
think we should do that
ambulatory
here.
cigarettes.
I think we should
Yeah.
do that here.
Less
If-
pollution.
yeah, because I like smoking.
Where's
I
here?
don't smoke anymore. The reason I like it so much is because it's the best thing. I don't do it anymore because I'm yoked. But
Here.
when you're
Okay.
when you're walking and smoking, you're not enjoying the cigarette. I
Yeah.
think it's really like you got to slow down. You got to chew that food. You got to smoke
Yeah.
that cigarette in
speeds up
one
the
place.
cancer.
You got to drink a beer while you're smoking that. You got to be eating
Yeah,
a hot
I'm-
dog.
I'm coming around to this mentality. I like this.
Yeah,
If it's going to be about a cigarette, let it be about a cigarette.
you're basically being arrested for your not living your best life in the moment.
So here's
Good.
a little
Good. Good, Tom.
here's a little bit of post mortem. I got some here. So
Please do.
Drizzle.
shortly
Drizzle it on
after
me.
William Adams died, the English outpost completely failed. Then Tokugawa's son is like, you know what? I had enough with all of these smelly Europeans and this Christianity drama. It's fucking annoying. They raided my castle. I had to ruin it. So he expelled all Europeans in 1637.
Sheesh.
Now, amongst the people expelled was William's own son, Japanese son, half Japanese son, Joseph Adams.
Where did he go?
Yeah, I don't know. He was Japanese, dude. He was born in Japan. His mom's Japanese, but he's like, you gotta get out. And
You're
the
European.
the last known record of him was in 1635, and he was lost to history after that.
Damn.
And now Japan entered a period called the Sakudo period, or closed country. And this would go on for another 200 years before foreigners were allowed to step foot in Japan.
The Meiji era.
Well, the Meiji is when they came back.
Yeah, right. And that's
It's the following
That's
era.
in like
so
the
that-
1800s.
yeah.
He's called.
You got it.
Yeah,
That's
right.
when Tom Cruise showed up.
Tom
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise. Bill Murray showed up.
Was Bill Murray in that
Oh,
movie? I never
Rurouni
saw The Last
Kenshin, good
Samurai.
anime.
Dude, I love that anime. That's
That's
a
a
good
great one. That's my favorite one.
I never saw that live action
Yeah?
anime. No.
That live action,
It's
don't
not
watch.
live action.
There's a live action one. Don't watch that one.
Never watch live action.
With
anime.
Tim Cruise?
Might be like a Japanese Tim Cruise.
I like Tim Cruise. Okay.
Dude, the best live action anime is Dragon Ball the movie
Oh, yeah.
with the guy
No!
from Transformers
That was
or
so
whatever.
good. Classic.
Stop.
Yes, classic.
I like when you drive
But
the
anyway-
Charger.
Okay. Shh.
But anyway, all right. So interestingly enough, after I finished the book, my main primary source of research, I noticed that William Adams was actually in the news recently.
Really?
Relatively recently. So there had been a debate whether William Adams had been buried in Harado, where the English outpost was, or at his estate in Hemi.
Okay.
They weren't sure if, like, we know he died in Harado, but they weren't sure if they brought his body back to Hemi and buried him there.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2019, they found remains at Harado Memorial Park. And in May of 2020, thanks to radiocarbon dating and DNA sequencing, those bones were confirmed as William Adams.
All right.
Wow.
So we know where he did it. When you said he would be in the news recently, I thought it was going to be like Japan opens their first fish and chip shop.
Woo! Arthur
William
Treachers.
Adams is in business with
Wow.
Arthur Treacher.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
And that is the end of our 2-part episode on William Adams and the birth of the Weeb.
Wow.
I'm getting fish and chips tonight. I don't know about you.
I want
suckers.
fish and chips.
Do that.
Good.
Hey, guys.
It's good stuff.
I want to say something to every single one of you. Let's start with you, Travis.
You're
Good
Good
smart.
job with this research. This is, I like this style of storytelling that you've brought to the table. Very, very
Thanks,
vast.
dog.
Put a lot within 2 episodes of Roast
Thanks,
Mortem.
dog.
One of the best
I just thought it
podcasts.
was interessante, as they'd say in Portuguese.
Yes.
I concur. Well,
That's,
except for the inaccuracy.
I actually can't. I also follow pouco de Portuguese, but I don't know if that's wrong. So
Yeah, whatever. Let's just say it's right.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm
We'll
wrong.
figure it out.
On social media.
it's fine. Figure it out on social media. Cody,
Tell us on patreon.com/roastmortemcast.
After you
Travis,
give us
tell-
money.
just point to Mike. I
$4.
said
Give us
Travis.
$4.
Mike, what's the website?
Roastmortem.com.
It's not
Nope.
roastboard.com.
Xvideos.com/roastmortem.
That's it. Xvideos.
Somehow
one.
closer.
Yeah.
Somehow closer.
Go to xvideos.com/roastmortemcast to find the finest of Johnny Sin's reinterpretations
Cover-
of our
Cover
episodes.
band.
Don't forget the broken links.
Yeah, our broken links on roastmortemcast.com.
You gotta
which-
clink the ones on the side, the ones that flash at you,
Yeah,
and they say you want a lot of money because that's true.
that gives
Yeah,
you the HD.
one
part.
link-
Hot singles in my area?
2 links that absolutely work on our website, patreon.com/roastmortemcast, and our merch. You want to buy shirts.
I
Yeah.
got a shirt.
You
I
made
didn't
sure
get, I didn't get a
those
shirt
worked, right?
yet. Haven't got.
Mike, I'll buy you a shirt with my Bitcoin. All right,
Mike,
thanks,
did you
everyone.
order a shirt? That would explain why you didn't get a shirt.
I thought I got the freebie. Come on.
Nah,
Yeah,
guys.
no.
I gotta pay.
You're an intern.
Hold on, I'm going to the site now.
Pay?
Hold on. So,
Buy him a shirt on
if
the
you
show.
go to roastmortemcast.com and the first thing you click on is the Twitter icon, you go to a profile which is non-existent. RAOST. Oh,
It's important. This is an important area.
No, it's not.
The rest is right, but the A and the O are kind of fucked
Yeah.
up at the top.
You know what?
Other
I'll
than that,
give you
it's
guys
a really
the
great
Squarespace.
website.
You can go do it yourself.
Oh, the
Yeah,
shrimp
okay.
really adds to the,
No,
the history.
It's a great website. Go there, click on it.
It's
see
the
what's
next
up.
Google.
How much is a
pretty
shirt?
much.
How much is a shirt? I need a fucking shirt.
Yeah, let's do
For
it.
you, it's $100.
100. That's a fucking
To
steal.
me,
The,
yeah.
the God Fluffer T-shirt
Oh man.
is $20. The God
Sheesh.
Fluffer hoodie is
Gonna buy it.
$33. The Danky Shane tote bag,
Tote bag.
it's
You guys
organic
told me
by the way,
that.
it's $21. The all over print for your ladies' legs are $35.
Can I wear those? The fuck? Why I gotta be
keep
sexist?
keep in mind, I am probably losing money on these with
Yeah.
shipping. So you know
Don't
what?
order.
Oh, the Danky Shane
Yeah.
hat. Let me
Good
get that.
We are so organized. I love it.
Yeah, so listen, if you want to support this nightmare of an organization that happens to make you laugh every now
You
and
kinda
just
then.
like
heard we'll
Nambla.
lose money. You just heard we'll lose money if we get customers.
Guys, Danky Shane.
Danky, my
Danky.
Shane,
Good night.
dog.
Nambla.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Domo estas. Como arigato, Mr. Real Biblioteca.
Any bitcoins, please?
Get Mike some
That's a
Bitcoin.
lot.
I'm so poor.
All right, bye. I have to pee out my dick.